now we are live. My fault, people. Thank you for joining us. I ain't even do my intro. I'll get to that after I tell you what this show is about and how we got here. All right. So for whatever reason, we become the talk of the town. We don't go on the shows. They talk about us. This man, Chris and Types, OB, all them think they know stuff about us. And I've kept quiet for so long. Today I'm going to address it. Today I'm going in and we're going to address it all. Maybe a long show. I'm trying to keep it somewhat contained, but it may go longer because I got a lot to get off my chest. This will be it. When I show some things, I will never show them again. I won't talk about them. You don't believe me on what I say? I don't give a F. That's on you. That's fine. But I'm going to set the record straight today. And I hope Ronan and I set the record straight on some things so we can move on and the dollar. So this is not actually for them and their channel. What happens is, what I found out is if you tell a lie so many times, people start thinking it's the truth. They start thinking it's the truth. You lie so much and then you forget that it's a lie and people forget what the actual truth is. So today I'm going to set the record straight and get some truth out there. Because this is Sunday morning and the truth will set us free. How you feeling, Roland?
Hey, man, I'm great. Football season started. I'm getting feedback for real.
You're getting feedback? Am I getting feedback?
Yeah. I think people
can hear.
Yeah.
Let me ask the wife once real quick.
Salute, Paul. Appreciate you stopping in and everybody else in the chat. We'll get started going on real quick. But yeah, football season going, preseason's going. I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan, so at the end of the day, I know we're going for the 3-peat. So, we're just tuning ourselves up, getting ready for a busy season. We never have an easy season. We have it for almost 6-7 seasons now.
All right, brother. I don't know if I'm getting feedback. Please let me know.
Yeah, they're saying, Paul's saying there's definitely feedback.
Definitely feedback. Who's that coming from, Paul? Is that from me or from Roman? Let me see if I got anything else open on these other channels.
You.
It's coming from me? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So what I do to do this? Because I don't want to switch up. Let's see. Justice night, cancellation.
You read commercials.
No, it says when Ronan speaks.
Yeah, when Ronan speaks to your thing.
Oh, budget. Let's turn this down. I'm sorry, folks.
It's all good. We'll work it out.
Let me know if it's still there.
Check, Mike. It's just lower now. You turned it down some. Whatever you did, you turned it down.
So I'm going to turn the mic over here. So let me start with this real quick thing because for whatever reason, people have doubted. So, and then I'm going to play the intro and get some things started. So the first part, and then we're going to get into how this show is going to go is we got some dudes over there on Zed's channel. For whatever reason, this feminist dude, Chris, he doubts us. He talks about us. He's a feminine man, and I think he runs from masculinity. So we're going to get him. We're going to get OB. Because I thought OB was a friend of the show, but he talks so much shit that he's not. And we're going to get mine. At the end, we're going to end up with Chris again. So before we get into my intro, I just want to address this. He said I'm struggle streaming, and I don't get no views, and I don't get this. Anybody that has watched me for a long time, no, this is a new channel. I shut my other channel down. Gone. So he's struggling to get 50 subs. I've been there already. Then he said, oh, my wife, she don't get a lot of views. So let's address this first. Let me go to the wife's one first.
You dropping dollars.
So what a lot of people don't understand is, and this is when people have no idea how the algorithm works, how to make money off YouTube, how to do this. Yes, I make money. Why? Because I'm not in this for free. My time is valuable. Anything I do is valuable. So I've always learned a long time ago, if you do something you like, you should still be able to make money off of it. Shouldn't nothing be wrong with that. So First, he was like, and my wife's channel is actually bigger than mine. It wasn't it all the time, I hadn't surpassed her, but we made a deal. So here, I'm gonna show you what our deal is. So I want y'all to stay tuned. Give me 1 second. So we made a deal, and I want y'all to tune in on Thursday. The reason why I want y'all to tune in on Thursday, this is what we're gonna be talking about. So Fearless got the opportunity to have some fun in his life. The wife said, you know what? We've been together for a long time. You know what we need to try? We need to try some pop. So pop
What?
our life. Yes, that's right. Polly has entered Fearless life.
My
On
God.
the wife is coming up when we're going to talk about it. So tune in if you want to hear about how we got to the pop. Now, Roman, we're going to stay quiet on it. I'm just letting y'all know on Thursday, we bringing Polly into it. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. Ain't nothing ugly about it. But that's what we're going to talk about. But that's what it is. So Thursday, make sure you tune in. That will be it. The next thing is, so for whatever reason, this fool thinks, oh, y'all don't, when people don't understand how things work in the YouTube algorithm, they got a lot of BS to say. Let's go to this BS. And Ronan, you can chime in at any time because my man is still struggling to get a few views. Bring that over here for whatever reason it wants to pop up. So just this is not for you guys' benefit. This is for the benefit of the hater out there who just does not understand, who has to use a female to get somebody else to get views. I've never in my life been going to it. Say I got something and I got to go to another woman's channel to get my views. That's crazy. So let's go here. Now, as you can see, this is the wife channel. Just in the last 30 days, she got 10,000 views. So on one video, just in the last 28 days, she got 21,000 views. Just off of this one video, she got 4,000 subs. We made $300 off of that. She got 1,000,000.
Damn.
And 8 million views just off of that. So when they say you don't know how to do it, 1.8. These are the algorithms. And a lot of people don't understand how the algorithms work, how you make money. This is her algorithm on her channel. Yes, we do it. So to those who don't know, prior to this, I had Fearless Travels. It was Fearless Travels. It wasn't Fearless 360. It wasn't anything like that. I had already made my 10,000. Boom, you can see Fearless Travels. Congrats on your 10,000 subs. I decided when we said we're going to go poly, because I made an agreement with the wife, we don't want certain things in it. So I said, when I do this, I'm going to shut it down. You don't believe me? Let's see. Before that, let's go back. Is my screen showing? Let's say herb, HERB. Let me see. We go over here. Share the screen. Remove this one. Let me share the screen. So before this, as y'all knew who I was, it was called Fearless Travels. And at that time, I know I'm going to try to blow this up. It's going to be a little more difficult. But this gentleman's name is Herb. Herb runs what is called Yang Chat. And Yang Chat shows the top Black YouTube travel channels. So if you see, when I started off 90 days ago in March, I only had 1.9 subscribers. I'm going to show you how fast I was able to roll up. This is him communicating with me. He said, all right, you were the top. You want to break into the top? So this is me later on. You can see I was at 76, 78. 78, I have 1.4 million views, 90 videos, 6,000 subs. Let's fast forward. Because he called me and said, hey man, what's going on? He said, I'm checking on you. It seems that your stats last week had a 12% increase. So I was rolling. So this is me. I even went up in rank. So what? 67. I had 10,000 views, 1.7 million subs. So when this fool says I didn't do anything, and here's what I did. I said, man, I just made made my page private because I'm planning to launch a new page. That's it. So when that fool say we don't know how to do something, brother, we've been doing this. You struggling to get 50 subs. We've been monetized. Monetized? Let me show you. This was me last month, June. What's that? $600? How much I made? $650 ending balance?
That's what it looks like.
What you don't understand, brother, is how the algorithm works. It don't matter if you got 1,000,000 subs. I'll take, for instance, Just Pearly has 1,000,000 subs. Lead Attorney got 200,000, 100,000, something like that. And he kills her in funds every day. It's your engagement. It's how many people watch. It's how many people watch the views. All of that matters. That's what I want to talk about on that front. Then now let's get down to business. I'm going to play this intro for you, brother.
Let's get it.
Drink, and then we on. How about that? Is that all right?
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
Right. Now we about to go ham. I wanted to go ham, but now we about to.
My life, you and they to be 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 my life, you and they to be
We are back. Let's get straight into this, man. We used to have somebody on the show. Y'all know him by OB32, something like that. We know him by Lance, because that's who came onto the show. Now, Lancey, let me show you what he said about it. This is what the brother said. We're gonna debunk all this BS today. This is the day of BS debunking. So this is my man going on to their show. So this is what he says.
Maya was my real homegirl, like in the streets. Like to the point where Fearless, I had to tell him where he lived and everything. I know about his little apartment when he claimed to have a $500,000 house. I know about his wife, what her job is. I done told him all that information. I know where he got his degrees from and what he's trying to sell to be $250,000, and a lot of it's fabricated. So my thing is, why would you go back to a channel? Because the one guy that you actually knew in real life.
Now, I do agree with that part. Why go back to a channel? But let's address this real quick. So, how does he know where he think he know where I live at? Why? We was already on a podcast. We was on a podcast. So let me share this. This was, and you was right. I think you were right when you said, don't share, give my information in any of these schools.
Yep.
Because some of these schools think they know something and they don't know nothing. So let's go to here. How does he know where my degree is at? Let's go. People think they know something when if you how is it that they know? You understand? I don't know how you know something that somebody tells you.
Like it was a secret.
We were on a podcast. This is us. And as you can see, this is Lancey. Name ain't OB, name is Lancey. This is me. I show my degree. You didn't hide that in secret to me, brother. You just repeated what I said. Then he said, I know where your wife works. And then this gets a little stalkerish, but we all right with it. Doesn't matter, because my wife always posts her stuff. She has no secrets. My wife is a clinical psychologist. She has a degree in clinical psychology and a master's degree in education. She puts, let's say, because he said, oh, where she works at. This is her page. I don't know if I can blow this up, but if you look where it says where she works at, parent educator at Plano Independent School. Well, it's public knowledge. You ain't nothing that nobody didn't tell you. This is what it is. So when these people come on and like, oh, I know something about him. I know, brother, this is what we've already posted.
But this is the big thing right here, man. Everybody wants full disclosure. They want you to be honest. They don't want you to fucking lie. Then when you lie, all of a sudden they try to twist up your honesty and make it sound like it's something fucking defiled and fucked up.
Exactly. So let's talk about this. I did not say I lived in a $500,000 house, brother. Actually, I was living in $1 million house. I didn't buy it for $1 million. I bought it for less door cold. So let's go there. You want to say where I live at? And I played this fast and I had to cut something out because I have renters there now. This is it. This was the old house. 4,200 square feet. Frisco, yes. I live in Frisco, Texas. Ain't no problem with that. I just want y'all to see. Now, here, that kitchen, I want you to see that kitchen when we go back. See that? Because I want to show you something else. See the arches in the kitchen? That's the kitchen.
Yep.
And it has a 3-car garage. That is going to be important later on. 3-car garage. I'm going to show you why that's important. This is the 3-car garage.
With the treated floors.
Mm-hmm. So when this fool say, oh, you don't, so let's go ahead and stop this. Why was that important?
I mean, you're going way further than you really need to at this point.
I need to, because I'm shutting them up today, man. I'm shutting them up because I get tired of them. So let's do this. Is that that must be 1 second. Present slides. Now I'm not going through this again. This will be it. So hopefully y'all watch it. Let's copy. So all right. Let's see. So I had to do some of it out. You remember those arches in the kitchen? That's the arch in the kitchen, right?
Yep.
Kitchen. That's the kitchen. How much is that house worth? How much is my house?
Damn near $1 million. You're a couple hundred off $1 million. 9,998.
You're right. So let's do this. So what I did was, and a lot of y'all don't know, Fearless, I have no issue in getting advice from other people. None. And that's what I do all the time. Because when we said we was doing poly, I said, man, I want to get this bigger house. I want to get a bigger one. You know, get the pool, the work, all this other stuff I was trying to get. And then I got on, well, first, this is what I do. When it even comes to money, dude always says, oh man, you get, let me see, what is this one? Let me get it.
He's motherfucking peanut butter and jealous. These fuckers hate us because they ain't.
Absolutely.
Bruh.
Bruh, you're right. So I got on, and because I do
Well,
this.
that's why I was asking why you put so much, because one of the things that I think that people mistakenly do is they max out. Is that
And what we're talking about is he came at me because he said, "Man, you putting too much." I put 37% of my income into my 401k. I do it. He said, and we went here. This is because I do a coaching call with him. I have no problem with doing a coaching call with Airtime. We do coaching calls. Why? Because I want someone who has more knowledge than me in certain areas to tell me, hey, you maybe need to do it this way. You maybe need to do it that way. Because sometimes, even as a man, you get into the grand and say, well, I'm going to do it. And I talked about this house. I said, man, what should I do?
States. I've been.
Hold on. I'm going to play something. This is my apartment. Remember I said the 3-car garage is going to matter?
Yeah.
Reason is I have a friend that lives in the apartment. I don't park my car at my house anymore because I just didn't have the space. We went from a 3-car garage to a 2-car garage. And so my buddy who lives there, I said, hey, let me just rent out one of the parking places. Because when I don't drive a car, I got a new car. It's a $120,000 car. It's got 1,000 miles on it. Probably one of the stupidest thing I did. You know why? Because it's in Texas. Today is going to be 107 degrees. I can't roll with the top down because the sun will beat my fucking head up. I don't even drive. I just said, can I park it here? And then when I come over and we go to brunch, take my wife to brunch, that's where I take it to. So this is where he think he knows where I live at.
I've been to. Well, actually. Well, never mind. I've been to more places outside the States. Obviously. The connection is weakening. Don't worry, we'll be out of the garage in a minute.
Let me get this house.
how much is the HOA? I wouldn't do it. Me personally, I wouldn't do it. No way. No freaking way. And for me, it's also different because, I like to jump around a lot, lifestyle, So you're not even going to be happy then when you. Yeah, but that's because you. Yeah, but do you use it? All of that stuff? So why are y'all looking to move?
I'm sorry you can't hear me because on mine it was muted.
This is not the DR though.
Background.
Man, listen, I think that you're making a grave mistake.
So Ronan, I said, man, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna do this. I said, you were so lucky. Why are you so lucky? Because of the fact that if you live in Texas, that $1 million house cost me $15,000 a year in property taxes. So I said,
I don't pay nothing.
Bro, I'm not yet. You as a veteran, you don't have to pay the property taxes. So I said, man, I already got it. What should I do? He said, what you should do is this. Go ahead and get the other house you was going to get. Because one thing, I needed the pool, I needed this. He said, how much do you need to use it? I said, I don't even use it that much. He said, then don't even worry about it. Why are you doing it? I said, you're right, brother. You're right.
Flossing too much. Matter of fact, I think we had a side conversation, and some of the things I said, I confirmed what he had said.
You're correct. So I'm gonna do this. Let's see if I can slide this in. And guys, we're gonna get to this. I just have to show how. And the reason I do this is not to brag. It's not about bragging. What it is about is you're gonna have a lot of haters that doubt what you do. That doubt. Brother, tune in, Uncle Guns. Poly can be risky, but I just gotta stay tuned in. I can't go into it because the wife don't want to. She don't want to yet. Yeah, well, according to OB, you make $60,000 a year. We're gonna get to him. Let me do this. I'm sorry, brothers. I'm on a tangent. It's a Sunday morning. I got my brisket out there going, but we're gonna roll with it. We gonna roll with it, baby. So let's do this. To my house. Let me see. Price. Let's see what this one says. Right. Got it to my house. Let's go my house final. All right. Let me bring this up. My house. So I want you to just pay attention. If I can bring this up. So can you see this house, Ronan?
Yeah, I can see it. Sorry, I muted myself for a second.
So when you see the house, I just want y'all to look at these pictures. You see right here is a fireplace, it's an office, a dining room, a living room with a fireplace, all of those things, right?
Yeah.
How much is that house valued at?
$500,000.
All right. So what I did was I did the smart thing, what I thought was smart. When I talked to, you might get some feedback in a second. When I talked to Anton, I said, all right, how can I do this, bro? He said, well, you work for corporate. So why don't you take your funds, put it in a LLC, because there's already an LLC, rent it out to the corporate people. You'll still make money off of it, because you go to sell it now, it's not going to roll. You're going to make money off it. He said, go to the other house that you was going to get that doesn't have the pier, doesn't have all of those things. And so you can still live. I said, that's a smart idea, man. That, you absolutely right. Because one thing, we found that we didn't use anything, man. It's just us. We don't use anything. And I before. So let me go back to this just so I can show you. Let me see if this gives me feedback. Might mute my mic. Do you see? Are you able to see? I know I got feedback.
Yeah, man, you're going into way too much detail, bro. And they still gonna hate at the end of the day. They are still gonna hate. Haters are gonna hate no matter what you show them. They'll find fault in everything because it ain't them. I guess he's giving us the walk around tour of where he's living at right now, which is, if you compare it to the pictures, it's the same spot. Looks legit to me. I don't know what the hell they talking about. Hey, you need to spruce up that bar, man. You spending all that money. You need to put some more liquor up in that bar. Thank you, Paul. Yeah, man, I've always had a baby face. So I used to grow a mustache and a goatee just to look older. Now that I'm older, I already know if I shave my mustache off and my beard, I'd look younger. So call it a blessing and a curse and good genes. What can I say? I had a pretty mom, very pretty. I mean, legitimately, as you're watching this video of him touring the house, my mom used to work for the Playboy Mansion and the clubs. She used to teach all the bunny dips. She used to do all that stuff, man. That looks like a whole office to me. They don't look fake. Morning, nephew. Bert Ross in the house. You got to unmute.
I say to say this, you're gonna have people, man, that and I this is the last time I do something like this, just to prove, but you're gonna have people who hate on you. They gonna hate what
He's motherfucking peanut butter and jealous.
I love that sound.
Because they ain't us. There's people that live in this world that believe because they can't achieve what you achieved, that it's impossible to get there.
Mhm.
It's impossible. I'm gonna go a little bit further. I wouldn't do this, but I'm gonna go a little bit further because this is what I do on my consultation calls. I don't sell no dreams because that's what he said I do. I sell a dream. I don't do that. Let's see, brother. I'm gonna show you because Jim Rat. I'm gonna show you, brother, because I don't want to sell no dreams. I can only show you what I did, and when I do my consultations, I show the people how I did it and how they can maybe do it. I'm not, if you look at Will got way more money than me. I ain't even the wheels left. And the people that I associate with, they have a lot more money than me. I'm like the poorest. So I have certs. That's what I do. I came into to cybersecurity, and where I work for, I do. So first I'm gonna show you one thing I do. Because this is one thing that we got going on that I take care of. And this is why I got to know every platform there is. I put on a hackathon. So a hackathon is when cybersecurity and all them come in. This is from last year at my job. I do. So let me see if I got a different slide. Yeah. So this is the hackathon. As you can see, I do all the hackathon stuff. This is one of my certs. I know it is expired. But my job, they don't care about it. I've already been in there for 10 years. My certs really don't matter because once you've been on a place for so long, it's what you do. And the only thing I get the certificates now is because when you go to an annual thing like reInvent is a big thing that AWS has, you get certain perks for having your cert. Like I get to go in certain rooms or I get a certain badge. Other than that, none of that is needed at this point in my life. None of it. So let's see, because I'm this brokey, which I could be, not a problem. Let's see. So that's my cert. Let's go to certs. So let's see what the certs are. Because I show this to people. I say, man, look, this is what you can get, Jim Rat. These are the 2024 what they pay. Here's the certs of what they pay. So I just showed you one. I got Google, Azure, and AWS. And you see on here what they pay. This is the annual salary. AWS Solution Architect, 160. And now one thing he said, I share a dream where I don't make that much. I don't think I make that much because I have to compare myself to my colleagues who, probably make more. So I'm gonna share this. And y'all want to see the receipts?
Man, don't do it. I'm trying to tell you, don't do it.
Black some thing out.
Yeah,
This is just what we get as an increase. My merit pay, 3.5% increase. This year on June 24th, I got a $24,000 bonus. That's what we get. That's my bonus. So I don't make no money. I'm trying to get. This is what I try to get y'all, where y'all can do the same thing. There's nothing special about me, brother. Nothing at all special about me. Digital nomad. Nothing at all special about me. I was a brother who just said I'm gonna work hard. So and this was Poppy Rico who said, brother, you don't do nothing. Poppy Rico. This was my salary back in 2000. I don't know when I got this offer. 2022. My base salary was 187. This is the range of what I can make. So this is this time. Why? Also, on top of that, I get a $9,000 a year car salary. My pay goes up about 5 to 10% every year. So when they say you can't do it, I'm already done that. This is not me bragging because the people I compare myself to make a hell of a lot more than me. I'm not even on the list. But why do I do the YouTube thing? Let me show you why I do the YouTube thing. And you can chime in at any time, my brother.
No, you over there cooking, man. I ain't got shit to say right now.
So when they say, when people like Obi say, oh, you don't have nothing. I know you live in this little apartment. Bruh, don't listen to people in a negative mentality. You always gonna have somebody who tell you that you can't do it because they can't do it. That's what they gonna say. You can't do it. Why? Because I couldn't do it. You know, Obi happy said, yeah, when Will said he making Obi making 60. Obi mad because my wife make more than him. I don't understand, but that's how life goes. So let me go to budget 2000. I don't want 2023. Right. Accounts. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm doing something in the background. All right. So, like I told you, this is. Let me see if I can share this screen, guys. So I'm throwing it off because this is what I show people who do the who come into my when I do consultations, and I only show them this because I want to make sure that people need something to look forward to. They need something to aspire to, and I have found out that sometimes money is what motivates a lot of people. So I say, hey, this is what you can do. I show them that I didn't start off like that, brother. I came in as a co-op making 28,000. And I said, I'm gonna stick it through. I left my fucking wife back at the house. I had a house outside this state. I said, I gotta do this. I quit a job that I had, and that's what they don't understand. I quit a job that already had a retirement on. I was getting a pension. I quit that and said, I'm going to do something different because I want to increase my salary and I want to have free time. I want to go anywhere I want to work. Even at this point, I have, like last year, we went to Thailand, and then from Thailand, we went to DR. We started off 1 week before Thanksgiving. So for 6 weeks, almost 8 weeks, I didn't work. I was gone. I had that much time. I don't even burn. To this date, my boss said, look, bro, you got to take a vacation. I haven't taken one. I got that many hours, but I just don't take it because I can travel and not use any of it.
Yeah.
So let me show you this. Since I don't have any money, this is my budget. This is just a budget I did. This is last year. This is 2023 budget. If I don't make no money, how did I spend $140,000 on something I didn't make? Why do I do YouTube? Because that's what I said I was going to show you. When I went to select none, and when I went to my accountant, this is what
I'll
they
tell you
said.
before you even tell me. You need write-offs, man.
On my travel that I
That's
did.
what these YouTubers don't understand. Half of these YouTubers that are betting and asking and begging for money. If you set up your business properly, you should be offsetting your AdSense, your YouTube AdSense revenue against your cost of the actual trip. If it's a up, then hell, you got to pay taxes. If it's a down, you take that loss, and all losses ain't good. It goes against your overall income.
Correct.
But you got to have a brain and understand how money works in order to understand that. Half of these dudes that are begging don't even know how to file their taxes properly, how to write off anything, how to budget out their expenses and all that other shit. So here's the problem. You got all these older guys that have experience in business and expenses and money and all these things that he's sitting here trying to run down to you. We try to tell you, but it's so boring. There's not a lot of ass and everything's shaking on the screen. It's like it blanks out in your guys' brain. You don't pay attention.
Yep. And so when you say why I did it because I need to offset my taxes, man. I couldn't, when you get a high tax rate, you're either going to be paying Uncle Sam or you're going to be trying to pay yourself. So
the game is not how much you make, it's how much you can keep.
Correct. I thought I had one with you. Let me see if I can find this one. I think I put it over here. There's 3 dates. I'm going to find it in a second because I know I have it. And what's sad about it is this is where you really have to be careful. Man, I got so much to show on this dude. Oh, this is AB. Let me invite this. You have to be careful. There's a saying that says somebody knows enough to think they smart, but not enough to know when they're wrong.
Facts.
Not just to know when they're wrong. Your boy Obi, he doesn't know enough to know that he's wrong. No idea when he's wrong. We brought him on the show. I didn't say a lot to him. I just let him ride with whatever he was saying. But he always saying he doesn't care what somebody makes. He doesn't do this.
What were we saying?
Let me go back to
the average income. So anyone can do this. I just went to Airbnb.com and Google Paraguay. You can get a 2-bedroom with a nice pool with a roof.
He always Googling. He always trying to find out how much somebody's spending. He's always in somebody's pocket because he thinks he knows. Google only works if the person who is Googling is smart enough to know what to Google.
Rooftop balcony for $30 a night that looks basically like something here that would cost $3,800. So when he sits here and he says that, oh, it's so expensive, I agree. Traveling is expensive, but the traveling that Austin is doing is not expensive. And he goes to a lot of the cheaper places when people Google this. And when people put this information up, like Jason1234 posted this information that he was trying to sell in his Bible for money, that, hey, now that $450,000 house, but it took him till he was 60 to get it. When you Google
stuff he does, and he doesn't even know. I want to get to the one I wished I had. Let me see if I can find it, brother.
I don't understand why people have just the fascination of doxing. I don't get that. I've been in a business where I have to expose myself every day. I'm a fiduciary. I deal with $1 million clients. I can't hide who I am.
But here's the thing: people who they get jealous because they they can't do. So this is not to say what I can do. I do this because I want y'all to know what you can do. I was in that same mindset, and I started getting around people who said, "Nah, man, you can make this happen. You can do this." And I said, "Man, maybe I can. How do I do this?" And I learned. There was somebody who took me in and said, "Bro, this is what you need to do." And I said, "Man, this is what I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it." Give me 1 second. We'll be on the show. I'm exporting something. It's gonna take a moment. You feel in,
but anyway, with OB, I've heard him on Zed's channel several times, and I thought he would go over there as strict as he is and hold these guys accountable. But
no accountability.
He doesn't. No accountability whatsoever. But he'll come over in somebody else's panel and try to charge them to the nth degree on what they're lying about.
Correct. Let me see if I can find it. In the download. I know I put it in the download because I want to show the contradiction, man. And with their channel, I call that the reject channel because everybody who came over to our channel who had issues and couldn't last go over to Zed's channel trying to make it.
Sounds like the BRICS convention. You know how BRICS is everybody's comprised of everybody has a problem with the U.S., right?
Mm-hmm.
They formed their own BRICS against us. And also, we got to include the Andrew Show, Black Man Travels, as part of that anti-BRICS group. We've all been pulled together.
So,
if you want to meet me tomorrow, I will be at the Star. Matter of fact, I'll be at the common table having me great brunch. You want to roll up and see what I do and what I got and all the assets? I'm telling you exactly where I'll be at. 11 a.m. at the Star in Frisco. So I'm not a keyboard warrior, brother. I'm one of those people.
So if you know, he changed his name when he went there. When he was on our channel, it was Lance.
Yep.
Lance. Brother, he think nobody know where he at. He come from the Garland Sanchez High School, somewhere back in the sticks. But this is I want you to show that we was never showing any animosity to him. I want you to listen to how you talk to him. And I'm telling him, brother, if you want to meet, we can talk. Because he was on here saying, "Oh, y'all don't do this, y'all don't do that." I said, bro, I'm on.
Who show the receipt, show what I got.
Fearless. You said no one cares about pockets. Brother, did you not hear me?
He just said no one cares about pockets, but he's in everybody's pocket about how much they make, what they spend on Airbnb. These are the most dangerous people there are.
I don't care what you have, brother.
You see me rubbing my forehead,
that's
right?
not impressive to me. I got my own stuff going.
Lancey, let me.
He don't care what I have. Why he going and say he doxed me that I live in an apartment and all that? If you don't care, why you on there arguing about where Papi Rico live at? Well, how big his house is. If you don't care, why are you on the channel telling Will that he didn't invent an app, that he didn't do A, B, and C? Why are you doing that if you don't care? But I'm going to show you how men talk to people.
Let me ask you one question. What is the end result you're fighting for?
I had no end result. Y'all told me to call in, and I'm just saying so y'all
Right, I
know.
get
Damn,
that,
we
but
do
there's a
got some
purpose.
people following
Listen,
us who ain't
brother,
just sitting
brother,
at their mama house in a
listen,
basement.
brother, listen. As much as the feeling that I'm getting from you, the not vitriol, but the inspiration behind what you're saying. There's something you're trying to get from this.
I
And
ain't getting
not
nothing.
personal, not
I'm
personal for
enjoying
you.
living life. Like I
I
told
get
you, I
that,
come
man.
from the
I enjoy
streets.
living life
Most
at my
kids,
age too. Listen,
most people ain't.
I'm gonna go a little bit further.
And
because he
Lancey, I
says,
want to show you my degree. My wife,
and this is what I
own
should listen.
aspects, whatever that success is in your life and your definition, that's all that matters.
I can dig it.
and Lancey, I want to show you my degree. My wife was writing on my whiteboard, do not show your personal information.
Hey, at the most people hardest subject. So if you get this humanities degree, you can still go to law school.
This is the dangerous part. This is somebody who thinks they Google something that doesn't know anything. He's saying that you can become a doctor by getting a humanities degree. A little true, but a little false. And I'm going to tell you this. If I have a doctor that went to a basket weaving degree, I'm not going to that doctor. That's not the doctor I want to see. If you go to a doctor and he got a basket weaving degree, I would tell you to please go to another doctor. But this is him because he's the Google king. He's the king. He works at Google. He knows how to Google. So listen to what he Googles.
With that, right? So I Google it, you can go to law school with it. I say, can you go to medical school with this basket weaving degree? Yep, you can go to medical school with a humanities degree. So then I look it up. What is the best way to get into medical school? Guess what that degree is? Basket weaving degree. The acceptance rate for humanities degree majors, which is what we call a basket weaving degree, is like 53%. The next closest one to it was 46%. So that's my whole point of him. Like, bro, don't be out here telling people don't get this degree and that degree, and then come on here bragging how your daughter in summer league basketball.
All right. The reason I say that is this. This is how dangerous it is. And this is how when you don't use common sense, technically, yes. Can you get to medical school with a basket weaving degree? Kind of. Meaning it does not matter the degree that you get, but still you have to take some core things, which is you have to take your chemistry, your bio, your organic chem, all those things you have to do. So why go to school for 4 years, get a basket weaving degree, then want to go to medical school later on and have to go back to school for those 2 years to get the degree that you need? Why not go through that in the first place? So that's why he's not telling you. He's not letting you know that you still have to have these cores. And what I do, because I don't want to give anybody false information. I already knew he was crazy back then when he said that about the basket weaving degree. Maybe he got a basket weaving degree, and that's why he's upset. He's not where he wants to be. But I have doctors in my family. So what do? So in this, it says, you're required to take college level biology and chemistry courses to get into medical school. Now, maybe if you went over to the Caribbean or you went somewhere else, maybe you don't need that. In the United States, you're going to need it. So what did
I
he do?
am a physician.
My cousin. I went to her and
Oh, wait a minute. She's black. Wait a minute. Fearless, freeze
Now, how
that.
long have you?
She black. You don't like black women. How can you have a black woman in your family? You don't like black women.
But I'm not black.
And you're not black too. God damn.
So let's hear what she has to say. It's a little bit of background noise. I'm sorry. We're at our family reunion. People don't get together. Yes, we do.
You've been doing that.
I have been practicing in this field for over 20 years.
Wow.
Almost 25 years.
So
Actually, I attended a couple of residency programs, completed internal medicine, and then I completed OBGYN residency.
now I had a person that came to my channel, and you know, I'm gonna say you're my cousin, and they came to my channel and we were talking about education. And his thing was that you can really become a doctor doing a basket weaving degree. And I was like, true or not true? That just or a doctor or a lawyer. So if you go to school and you don't take any biology, chemistry, isn't that a core thing that you need to do in order to get into medical school, or what is it?
Yes, there are. So you do not have to be a science major, but there are courses that are required for entrance into medical school. And after those courses have been successfully completed, then an applicant to medical school may have a major other than science. But there are core classes in science and chemistry that must be completed prior to entering medical school.
Let me say one thing before you say anything. Hold on. With all that she just said, the applicant has to have a competency level that the school is confident that you're going to complete the course, because there's so many people trying to get into medical school. They're not going to waste their time with a low-level applicant versus somebody that came in with all the proper certifications and everything ready to go and hit the ground running. They're not going to waste their time on those type of people. So whether you have a basket weaving degree and whether you took those side little certifications and courses in order to qualify, you're still going to be a low-level graded applicant. You're not necessarily going to get in medical school. Yes, you can apply to anything. Does that guarantee you're going to get in? Absolutely not.
Jim Rat, we need them five closest friends, my brother. If you show that, they say it, if you show me your five closest friends, I'll show you who you'll be. And I ain't grew up with no money, brother. And I told Ronan this, and I said,
neither did I. Baltimore, Maryland.
Yeah, I had to leave those people, man, because I got some hood rats as friends. I got some dudes who crazy. And I knew that I could only, even when I go back and visit, I can only spend a small amount of time. I can't take no rides with them. Say, hey, we can meet here, we can do that, because I can't be in the car when they get stopped. Some stuff might go down. I can't do it. I got too much to lose. So I had those balls. I had to get other friends who are more successful. You know why? Because when I talk to people who talk about money, they will increase how you live, how you get, what you look for, how to invest your money, the mistakes that you made. You know, nobody said, hey, here's your 401k. Here's how you do your credit. Here's that. So I had to get around those type of people to become more successful, to say, why don't you do this? And I was saying that some people who doubt, like he said, he don't want to be rich. He doesn't want to do this. They doubt that you can make it. Because they can't make it, they doubt that you can. But do you see how you talk to him? And when you talk, compared to how he goes on these channels?
Supposedly, I'm the most disrespectful motherfucker in that room. I don't get it. I don't, I might cuss a little bit, but I'm pretty respectful when I'm trying to break things down to people.
Yeah. First year medical schools weeds out a lot of applicants.
Yep.
Third year weeded out my wife. So my wife was in medical school. She was rolling. Great. She did the book thing. Excellent. Man, she was great. Then they said, you got to go do your labs. Well, nobody told my wife you got to see blood and all this other stuff. She goes in there to see the blood. What does she do? She faints.
Pass out.
Passes out. They said, all right, you got to do these labs, you got to do that. Second time, passed out. Third time, passed out. They said, look, you
don't have a
condom
with your blood. Yeah.
So she switched from the medical school to become a clinical psychologist because she couldn't handle the blood. Even myself, she's like, you all right? But let's continue on with what this brother was saying.
Why would you go back to a channel? Because the one guy that you actually knew in real life.
Debunk this. I just want you to debunk. I want to debunk.
I had to tell him where he lived and everything. I know about his little apartment when he claimed to have a $500,000 house. I know about his wife, what her job is. I done told him all that information. I know where he got his degrees from and what he's trying to sell to be $250,000, and a lot of it's fabricated. So my thing is, why would you go back to a channel? Because the one guy that you actually knew in real life told you to come back to a channel where these guys have made you so mad and so just like, I don't know.
Now, in
what
this
type
statement, he's chewing out Maya.
But I got to talk about it.
For going on our panel, going on our panel
in my 30s. I wish that I want her to be on here to say that. If you don't, Maya, by now, you got to realize I'm not going to. That's why I said I wouldn't even worry about that dude talking about her forehead or whatever. I got big teeth. Who cares?
We don't care. We don't care. We don't care. But as wrong as he is about a lot of stuff, the one thing he said was correct. Maya. So Maya comes on. This is our problem. So let me even go back. If y'all don't know who Maya is, y'all anybody who watches
our problem is we give people 5, 10, 16, 20 times
chances. We give them all these chances. So I put up a. So let me see if I can go back a little bit further on the show. I think I had it in the panel. Man, what did I do with that? If I can't screenshot, I'm going to have to just show. Oh, shit. I'm sorry, fellas. I'm looking for something on here. What did I do with it? All right, I might just have to show it. So what happened was, and Ronan knows this because me and Ronan talk. We did some shows. She came on and made a fucking complete idiot of herself, telling me to suck a dick. She gonna peg everything you could imagine. That's what she said. Everything it was all of that.
Woo! Something very unbecoming of a woman that claims to be she's a good woman.
That is right. So what happened was, I guess after she did all of that, she found out and said, "Man, that was stupid of me to do." Yeah, it was stupid of you to do. So what did she do the next day? Because I got the text. I always keep the text.
She called Black Man Travel to take it down, myself and you.
Really appreciate if you delete the panel session last night. And I'm saying because it was live stream, I'm unable to edit it. And I said, you've been on several panels. So it's going dark. You've been on several panels. If you don't like your view, why continue to go on the panel? It's me saying that to her. If you come onto the panel and you want to act like a complete ass, do it. But I considered it. Ronan, if you remember, I called you.
You called me. And you asked her one question. I'm gonna phrase the question the way I asked her. He asked her, if you had come out in a different light, would you be asking me to delete this right now?
That's right. And if you see, that's what I say on there. This is my text message. I said, the last question, if the discussion went differently and you made me look bad, you hurt me and my wife, made me depressed, would you have called me this morning and asked me to delete it if it made you look good and made me look bad? She said no. And I said, fuck you then. It ain't coming down. Because you only calling me because it made you look bad. But you would never do that if you made me look bad. You were crazy.
Exactly.
After all that said, when the wife said we're gonna go poly, baby, I called up Ronan and I said, Ronan, I'm deleting my channel. I'm taking my channel. I've already in 2 months hit 10,000. I'm taking my channel down. I said, because I don't want to bring somebody else into this poly and they got to deal with this. I'm taking it down. If you realize then, I never commented on. She went on the Andrew show. I was on the show. I never said anything while she was on the show.
Yeah, she's gone from the Lion's Den over to the Andrew show. And it's because I honestly invited her. I think she has a good voice. If she stayed sane enough, which she admittedly is in therapy, she could actually hold a good panel, or she could actually host. We're all trying to encourage her to start her own YouTube channel.
And that was the wrong thing to do, because I've learned that there's some people, no matter what you do, they are going to be who they are. That's just who they are. And so you can't do it. So what I did was I sat quietly. I didn't do anything. I said, I'm not responding. I'm not doing this. And then I just got to the point where I said, when she went on to another channel and said I was beating my wife on live stream, I tell my wife to come on and she's like, he hit his wife. He did this. I made my video. It showed her as the hyena. Showed her all the crazy shit she did. So they went on to my page and they blew up my page. Some comments. Let me see if I can get this up. Went on. She being as much therapy she in, she was being ghetto as hell. Ghetto as hell. So I said, all right. I got the other one. Where did I do it at? Let me see. It's a screenshot. But basically, if I can't find it, I'm trying to find it now.
You got a second? I can play a video in between while you look for stuff.
We just saw with us working the flexor muscles of the.
Yeah, go ahead and play that one.
Hold on one second. Let me get it primed up.
And while you're doing that, so what happened was they got into my chats before you play that. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Let me remove that. Let me put that in backstage real quick.
All right.
She went on, and this is what she was. I know it's gonna be hard to read. Let me see if I can get there. It's gonna be hard to read. But basically, what she said is, your mom was on Section 8. Your wife looked like Gonzo from the Muppets. She a street whore. She's all of this. This is what she said. Now, my wife never said nothing bad about it. But that's how she come at. Your wife's a whore, you this. I said, oh. Now, at the same time, Chris gets in the chat. Now, when Chris get in the chat, because I said, man, you're going to talk about my wife. I'm going to talk about your bastard kid. She's like, oh. Chris gets in the chat. Oh, you can't, you shouldn't say that. Now, all this stuff she talking, this is what I say to her. I say, where's it at? Oh, that's the Chris one. Let me get to hers. Give me 1 second. So here's what I say to Chris. Mr. Buck, he said I called him out because that's his last name. His last name he displayed when he first went on Zed's show. He gave all his information. I said, I see how you condone calling my wife a whore, but if I mention anything about her, you want to defend her. This is a weak man. This is a man who does not take accountability for any type of woman because he lets that woman say anything she wants. And like he says, protect him at all costs. When you do that, when you don't have other people being accountable, that's when crazy stuff starts to happen. So I said, all right, she want to be crazy. I said, I'm going to Atlanta. I'm gonna see my man BMT. I said, I'm going to Atlanta in 3 weeks. This is how she responds. Oh, okay. Give it up already. You said you're going to be in my area in the third week of August. What's the move, Buster? Now this is her coming to me. What's the move? All this stuff. And all I said to her was, keep the same energy that you got when I get there. All I want you to do is have that same energy. If you're going to talk all this shit to my wife, say it to her face. Do this. So instead, she goes onto the show, and
that's cool. That's public information. But if in the event that you happen to find my address or my place of employment, please understand this. I am a woman who bears arms, okay? I have a beautiful Glock, all right? It's beautiful, and I'm ready to use it. So if you play stupid, you're gonna get a stupid prize. So if I see you at my job, or you show up making me feel uncomfortable, or I see you around my living place, it's gonna be over for you.
What did Fearless do in Dallas? Fearless lives in Frisco, Texas, just so you know. And I got his home address too. Just like he got my name, I got his address.
Now, these are the same people that said they don't dox people, they don't do that. She don't know where I live. I live in Frisco. Now, let's back up a little bit. After all that, I called you up, Ronan. I said, hey, we go on Poly, cut my channel. I said, what is Maya's phone number? Because you were in contact with her. I called Maya, and I got the voicemail because I make sure I record shit so nobody can say I ain't say what I didn't say. I recorded it. I won't play it, but I do have it. And I said, look, I'm going to delete the video and take it down. I'm even deleting my channel. I'm changing.
Actually, hold on 1 second. You didn't get the number from me. You got it from Black Man Travels.
Correct.
I didn't give you her number because she didn't even have my number until somebody else gave it to her. Remember, we used to contact each other through IG Messenger.
Yep. And I called, and because as you know, Ronan, when I told you I was going Poly, I said, I'm going to change into a new man. I'm going to be a new product. All right. Even though I wasn't wrong, Fearless said, I apologize if I made you look bad. I'm going to go ahead and delete this school. I'm going to delete it. I'm going to get it out the way. I'm not going to have it up. I'm going to delete it. And after I said I'm going to delete it, I didn't speak about it. Didn't speak to her. After she did that, she went straight over to Zed's channel. About a week later, Ronan this, Fearless this. We ain't shit. We did all the bad things she could say. I said, man, this is crazy. I said, man, I'm trying to turn over a new leaf, but they keep bringing me back into this. I said, I don't know why. So she said she doesn't want to go into the channel. So the one thing I can say that Lancey did say that I agree with, he says, why do you keep going over there? If you upset about them, why you keep going to the channel? But at our channels, when we do it, we don't discriminate. We don't care. You know, we don't ban people like they ban. We say, you want to come up. You might get some heat and come up.
We can have an adult conversation. Maybe we shake hands or agree to disagree. At the end of the day, it's a conversation, not the end of your fucking life.
Here it is. Here, let me see. I'm sorry. I got the one so y'all can see it. Let me see if I can do it. So I just want y'all to see that the brother is not misrepresenting what I say. So let me show that, because it's fucking sad that you have to keep the receipts. I don't even like that. In this day and age.
We got a guest.
The male feminist. Brother, if you tune in on Thursday, you will see how
you can even come up on the panel. We actually give you space.
Yeah, we don't care about that. If you want to see, Fearless is going to pile in. That's right. We really doing.
You more than welcome to come up on the panel, brother.
This is
Be a man about yours. Be a man about yours. Come on up here.
Come on up, brother. I said, good afternoon. This is mine. So this is what she said. You know, this is what I said to her. When I said that, I said, if you would delete yours, if you did it, I would delete mine. When she came to me and said, I ain't deleting shit, I said, oh man, that's when I said, I'm not doing that. That's when I said it. So one thing I will agree with what OB said was this. Why, if you want to go to another show and you want to talk all this shit about what we do, why go to the show? Why go to these shows? But I'll show you what we do, because we are different men. I don't ban anyone. I don't care. You want to show your opinion? You showed it, and Chris, since you're watching, what you don't understand is everybody that's a reject from our channel is to go to your channel. When we put the heat to the fire, we don't argue with them. We let them on the show.
Let me explain something to you. Men hold other men accountable. And as the head of the household, men are supposed to hold women accountable.
That is correct.
So when you allow women to go awry, and as the man or the head, you're not correcting them, you're in the wrong. You're not performing your manly duties.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why we're willing to actually have a conversation with you, Chris, is because we feel like you're a little misguided. And I'm going to play this just so you can understand why.
And Chris, we coming to you, brother. We be there. They love being on it, but they hate it on our panel. They love being on our handle. They hate it on you. Chris, I know what you said, and let me play this for you, because this is for you, son.
He's motherfucking peanut butter and jealous. He's fucking haters.
Can you hear the TikTok I'm playing?
Hate us because you ain't us. Chris, the only show that you could get on was a borrowed show from a 50-year-old feminist woman. I know you talk about, I'm on the lead attorney, Anton Daniels, and Austin Holloman, Love Crossing Borders, all of those. Not because I said I wanted to come on, because they like my opinion. The only people that like your opinion are old, ugly feminists. So nobody is asking you to go on their show. And if you watch the beginning of the show, it was catered towards you. And it showed you how my channel was Fearless Travels. Over 10,000 views. Over 1.7 million views.
He'll replay it. Don't worry about it. You don't have to replay. Don't have to recap them.
Correct.
Can you hear the video that I'm playing?
Let me see. Go ahead.
I need him to hear this. Can you hear that?
Yeah, Sam. Go ahead. I didn't hear Sam, but go ahead and play. Nope, I don't hear Sam.
All right, I'm gonna send you the link. I need you to play this for him.
All right. But let me go over to mine. So here's mine. If you can see, this is on our show. My King of Sense. Maya's in the background. See, this is where she fucking lies at. She said that she said, oh, my friend had a show, and I did not even know that Fearless was on the show. I didn't know when I came up. I just was on my friend's channel. Anybody in the background, when you putting something in the chat, you already know what channel you're going to. So here's the thing. Here's my Casanova. She's saying this, and she's talking about me. He really just wants you to abandon Black women and get your passport for more feminine women in the country. That's what she says. So she's already known, because her words are directed toward me. Let's see this. Then she comes on And here she goes. She's talking about me. Stop lying to yourself. I'm not even talking to you, senseless. This is her. So when she say, oh, I don't want to come onto the show, I don't want to do this, what happens? What does she do? You say she don't want nobody on the show? She begs us. What does she do? Jemima, please add me to the panel. For somebody who don't want to come on and don't watch us, she want to be added to the panel. What did we do? Because we don't do that bullshit over there with your channel, man. Well, the reason that you think people like y'all is because everybody on your channel agrees with you. That's the stupidest thing there is. We don't want everyone to agree with us. We want to have viewpoints that are vastly different. Who is on this show with Fearless? Now, she said she came on for who? Black Man Travels? Do you see him on the show? Remember, Rona, he bailed out.
He did.
So he's not even on the show. So when she say she came up for him, he ain't even here. She's on the show with us. We talk. Nobody interrupted her. Matter of fact, when Jay Moss was saying stupid crap, I came in and since defended her. But what did she do? As soon as this happens, she goes on your show and gives a whole different story. Oh, this,
Typical.
oh, that. What you do is you don't hold them accountable. You let them come over there and spread stupid lies because you're not a man. You're not a man, brother. What I found is, I'm going to play that in a minute. What I found is, and what I've seen with Chris, now everybody get on Chris. Chris, this is your hour, my brother. This is everything dedicated to you. What I found with Chris is, any man that displays any type of masculinity, he doesn't like. He said he doesn't like Anton Daniels, Kevin Samuels, NTR, Alvin Preach. Any man that displays any type of masculinity, he doesn't like. And now I understand why. Because when you are in your feminine, you run from masculinity. He's in his feminine. Let me show you why he doesn't. And this is for the guys. This is what he said why he doesn't like Alvin Preach. And this is why your dating life is fucked up, man. This is why you can't find anybody, because this is your mentality. This is how you think.
A safe space. Oh my God.
Problem with people today, a safe space. Now this is what we teach our guys. I want y'all to listen to this.
Dating journey.
This is how we would teach you, not how he would teach you. He would be the person that, well, I'm gonna let you hear it, and then you see what type of person Chris would be.
Okay. And she went out with a man twice. They had lovely dates. He paid for everything, wined and dined. Okay. 2 dates. On the third date, they spent a day together, ordered a bunch of things, had some drinks, had a good time. Really long day. So pretty significant bill. Let's call it a couple $100. Okay. Because she had to put her card down for this particular place. So when they went to pay, he was like, oh, like, your card is down. And now she didn't speak up and ended up paying for the bill. They had plans for another date. He texted her the next day and was like, hey, like, I had a great time with you, but, I don't really see a long-term future with you. And so I don't really want to waste like either of our times. Like, I think you're great, but, I don't want to like keep our date for next week that we had planned, which I think is like very respectable. Like most people just ghost. So she's talking to me about it. She's like, but he did like stick me with the bill. I was like, what are you talking about? Stuck you with the bill? How did you leave paying? Like, she's like, oh, I just froze. So I was like, just text him and say like, oh, okay, well, cool. Like, thank you for saying that, whatever. Like, had a great time too. It's 3 days. It's not the end of the world. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like, here's your split for Saturday. There's no possible way you like, he thinks.
Why? So he pays for the 2 first dates. She pays for the second one, the third one. You want to split the third one. Why? Does it go like that in your head where I pay the bill, you split, and later on in the relationship you pay some of the bills? Why? Why not I grab the first 2 ones and then if we tally up the 2 ones, you pay the last one? Why?
because this is things that Chris do. He would be the one that's like, I want to pay anyway. I want to pay. Now, let me tell you what happened with this. I'm going to sum it up real quick. Dude took her on 2 dates. On the third one, she put her credit card down. Okay, she paid for it. He decided, this is not the person I really want in my life. He calls her up, being respectful, calls her and says, look, we can't do this. I'm sorry. We can't go forward. She wants him to send money for what she paid on the date. So he says, you know, I spent on 2 dates more than what you spent here. I didn't ask you for no money. He said, I'm going to stop watching Abba and Preach. This is Chris. Chris says, I'm going to stop watching Abba and Preach because those guys are sexist. The fuck? If you guys out there are sending money to a chick that's like that, you a fucking fool, man. You a fucking idiot. You will be like Chris. You will be just like him.
And a woman will tell you that. That's the point of this video. I want a woman to tell him exactly who he is. I don't want to say it because you're going to take it from me the wrong way. You're going to take it from Fearless the wrong way. I'd rather you hear from the horse's mouth of another woman telling you how you perform and how you look to them.
And they keep thinking for some reason it's about money. It's not about money.
We could give a goddamn about money.
Mm-hmm. Personal type. Where's this at?
It's in your back chat. Private.
Yeah. No, we play that one. I'm looking for this other one. I don't know. OneDrive. Personal. Slides. Oh, I know why. And it's not about when they were talking about Maya and her $600 date, and yet y'all kept saying it's a poor man that does it. Y'all poor, y'all can't afford it. No, because what happens is a man with a abundance mindset doesn't have to do that. You know, he doesn't have to do it. The problem is with her. Let's see, how can I do it? Let's see, where's it at? When you pay for this $600 date, guys are expecting something. They expecting to get in them draws a lot faster. That's just how it is. And you keep thinking, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. We never said anything about a $600 date. Paying that much for a date doesn't mean you have money. It just means you get into the draws a lot faster. And that means you don't have any opportunities and you need to try to impress somebody. That's why you a sucker and you be paying them $200 dates. So let's say with a real millionaire man.
It's a good amount of money to spend on a first date. A lot of girls feel like I got to spend a minimum $300 to be with them. I'm like,
300 what?
$300.
American dollars?
Dollars.
Please. On who? On the first date?
Yo, Chad.
For what?
You're considered a high value man. So ladies, this is this. You got money?
I think high value is based on stream of income, revenue, but I am extremely cheap and financially conscious. So I don't consider myself a high value man.
And you have a lot of money.
Yes. Yes. And I'm going to save it, which is why a $300 date ain't never happening. Because what am I paying for actually? If I'm at wit's end and I need help and I'm with you and you need a $300 date, can she save me? Can she help me? Is she an asset or is she a liability? Because anybody need a $300 date off rip is nothing but a liability. I mean, it is. Let's call a spade a spade.
I'm with you.
The women that want $300 dates, there are men out there that are going to continue to take them on them. That's why the women can always say, I'm not doing nothing but $300 a date. Because there are men that will spend $300 to reach their end goal. We know what the end goal is.
Wait. Did he say what the end goal was?
To get in them draws.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure.
People like me, when you have to do return on investment, let me just show you. It ain't return on investment. My time is valuable, man. I'm not spending $200 to get to know, like you said, to get to know you. How much money you got? I've already showed my income. And here, tell you this, Chris, since you're here. You think somebody trying to dox you? Brother, I could have doxed you a long time ago. So I'm going to let where nobody else knows. But my family from the Show Me State too. My cousin was the athletic director at Sumner High School. You know about the Show Me State. If I wanted to do it, I would say your sister's name is similar to yours. Your wife's name starts with the same letter mine does. You work at a financial institution that starts with P. I don't have to dox you. I do operation sub, so I know who I'm dealing with. I'm not putting your information out there. I only say that to let you know that I know if I wanted to, I could. I don't dox anybody. Your information, when you put your last name, was when you first came onto the channel. You don't have to worry about me doxing you, brother.
Man,
When you work,
after everything you just hold up. Everything you just said, all he got out there was leave my family alone. He didn't hear a goddamn thing you said.
No, no. So he calls himself the male feminist. Let me show you what is wrong with these fucking people today. I'm gonna show you. This is what happens, and this is sad.
Times create strong men. Strong men create easy times. Easy times create weak men. Weak men create tough times. He said to me, many will not understand, but you have to raise warriors.
Yes. You have to raise a warrior. You have to raise a warrior. So I want to show y'all something. I don't know if I'll turn this into a PDF. I'm going to show you. Since you wanted me to show Chris, everybody this?
Yeah. You're not gonna don't do that. Oh, Jesus Christ.
This is the warrior, brother. When they say the times with strong men, now let me show you. This is you with your bow. That's you. Brother, we don't roll like that over here. Me with my bow. See, the reason you can be weak is because me and Ronan can be strong. We allowed you to be weak. We allowed you to be the feminist that you are. Because this is what real men do. You with your bow. You with your bow. And in fact, this is the scary thing. You know that he said that this is his Tinder profile. What the hell can chick gonna mess with a dude dressed like this? This is why you don't get no chicks, man. This is why you don't get no chick. If a woman pulled up your Tinder profile and you wearing tights like this, you know what she gonna say? And in Atlanta too. So you know what she gonna say.
Bruh, really? Insecure and unattractive. I don't want to be attractive to another man. The fact that you're making statements like that is a feminine fucking mindset that you would sit there and even use that.
Let me say this. This is why you're a fucking weak person. You say this, I don't want to kill animals, I'm sorry. How many burgers you eat? How many chicken nuggets you eat? How many times you go and eat some fish? You the work person that works off the back of somebody like me. We take the hard work. We're the person to go out there and kill so you can eat it. All you do, you so scared that you couldn't survive. You couldn't do this. I don't want to kill animals, but you're a good person to eat it. You the person who's gonna go get you a hamburger. You just said you went to the steak restaurant. You don't. See, that's a weak man. We made it strong so weak men like you could survive. That's right. I call fast food a deer running through the woods, baby. A deer on fast food. No, I can survive. The only way you can survive is because of people like me. We set the world up easy for people like you. Strong men create weak men. And that's what we've done, Roman. We've created all of these fucking weak men. These weak men that do all of this. These weak men that can't stand up. All we created. Let me play that again.
Tough times
ones
create
that will
strong
sit in a
men.
room.
Strong men create easy times. Strong men create easy times.
We created easy times. We did this to make your life easy so you can become the feminist that you are.
Easy times create weak men.
Easy times create weak men. No other man that I know in my life says, hey, I like to be around all women. Women that's just old, gossiping. When you do that, when you're a little boy and you raised up around women like that, you start to take on feminine traits. Because listen to you. All those things you say are feminine traits, man. You can't do this, you can't do that, you should do those feminine traits, man. That means you've been raised up around women. We made it so you could talk the way you talk.
Weak men create tough times. He said to me, many will not understand, but you have to raise warriors.
Brother, your father, your mother, whomever in your family did not raise warriors, bro. Y'all didn't raise warriors. That's what y'all raised. That's how we roll. You know, we was raised to be warriors. I don't understand how you grew up, how your life was. That bullshit is just crazy to me, man.
Listen. This is how delusional you are. Y'all are afraid to be anything other than that society told you that you should be. Are you out of your goddamn mind. I don't conform to what society wants from me. I make my own way.
No, but masculinity, brother, the reason you can't get no dates is because of this. I don't understand, man. You say that we do a ROI. My ROI is I'm going to give something. I don't get you. I think because you always say that Kevin Samuel
I'm
said.
telling you, man, you need to let this lady tell him exactly who he is. He ain't listening. It's not sinking in. He sits in a feminist room who hates black men, only dates white men, and he runs a whole fucking channel for her. Barely has 50 followers himself, but yet still, this same black woman that tells all black women they should get paid from black men, they should only date white women, but yet and still, he faithfully runs this channel. He's confused, bro. He's confused.
He's confused, man. He is confused. I'm gonna play this. I'm not sure you're gonna be able to hear it because I think I gotta download it. Let me see if I play it and you can hear. Stop screen. Let me share the screen. Entire screen. Okay, let's see. Let me see if I play it. Let me know.
Yeah. Nope, can't hear it. You gotta download it. Yeah. All right. Let me see if I can do that. I don't know.
So, and it's not what real men do, and what real men have learned is you don't let a woman use you, man. And I'm sorry, and Chris, I want this show to really be a learning lesson, and maybe you won't be the person that learns. That's fine with me, guys. The reason that somebody else can come and steal your girl is because when you become weak, like
I ain't got a whole lot of money, but you know what? I say, you know what I'm gonna do?
They test you. Women shit test you all the time. They're gonna find out what they can take from you, what they can't take from you. And when a real man stands up, that's why they may marry somebody like Chris later on in life because they feel safe. Then they're gonna cheat with somebody else because he's not fulfilling them as a man. He says, I can't get my hands dirty. I can't hunt. Bro, when shit hits the fan, your wife want to know that when that burglar coming through that door, that you can take him out. When somebody come into your house, you can take him out. See, I heard your thing. Oh, he better not see me. I got a Beretta. Brother, let me tell you this. I stalk animals.
Is he crazy? Do you see what's behind me? Do you think that's the only gun I got? And I'm trained. Combat.
Being Chris.
Man, get out of here with that.
You wouldn't know it. By the time you seen me,
he ain't wanting to come up, but he don't want to come up. He ain't asked for the link once, and he's more than welcome to come up here. More than welcome, man to man, to have a conversation with us right now. He's in the room. You're more than welcome to come up. We'll drop the link for you.
Noon is stopping a semi pew pew, brother. The first thing when you go to gun rules is know what your target is and what you're shooting at. You got to see it before you shoot, brother. You would never see me coming. Never. If you can get up on a wild animal and get close enough within 15 or 10 yards to shoot it, that means I know how to start. I'm not him. In the words of Kendra, what was it? They just not like us. They just not like us. Now, when we say
run up and get done up, some street ass code shit. Man, get out of here with that. You ain't about that life either.
About that life. He ain't about that. Hey, you said you're from Missouri. Ain't that the show me state, baby? Show me. Show me.
I just came from Kansas City, Missouri.
Myself something to get her nice little, get a nice little meal. So we get there, and so I'm gonna order something, but I'm not gonna get what I would normally get. But I'm gonna get something a little down just in case she goes up. So we get there, and so we get a little appetizer. I think back then I was into Caesar salad. I had never had Caesar salad, so I got me a little Caesar salad. I was like, I ordered Caesar. She got something, and so the server comes back, says, okay, you ready to order? I'm like, yeah. So I think I got something probably cost like $30-$40. And so Ocho, she got the menu and she just looking. I'm like, well, damn, what she gonna order? I say, you gonna go ahead, you gonna order something? She say, I'm trying to figure out what go with lobster. I say condoms. I said, because if you order that, we gonna have sex tonight. Needless to say, she didn't order that, and I never saw her again. I put that on everything, Ocho.
Man, Chris would do that. Chris would, hey, Maya's in. I guess she doesn't watch us, but she's the hyena in here. Maya, don't worry, I'm not coming to your winery. I do know all of that, but you can come to my apartment. That's no problem. You can come over to my apartment in Frisco, Texas. I'm waiting here for you. My apartment is great. And you said I can get therapy. I just showed where my wife is a licensed clinical psychologist. So I get therapy every night, baby, just to let you know. Just to let you know. But here's to the dudes. To be serious, look, there's a difference. In today's world, there has become a lot of men who have become feminized. Son husbands. Guys who just can't make it. And so they think that what I can do is I can spend money on these women. I can do all of these things, and they're going to like me. Women are attracted to confident men. Women are attracted to men who can come in. And I hear y'all say,
wait. Stop for a second before you even finish that. Maya comes in and automatically starts commanding Chris, like Chris is supposed to listen to her.
Chris, weird because
Chris, you need to leave the room, log off, don't listen to him. What the fuck is that shit?
Wait, how do you say it? Chris is the bitch for Maya. She go in the hit room and command everything anyway. So that
look, and then look, just like a good boy, what did he turn around and say? I'm gonna go ahead and log off right now. Brother, you got problems, man. You let a chick come in the room and 30 seconds later, you logging out because of what she said. You can't even stand on your own 2 feet, 10 toes down. We said we would drop the link so you can come up and have a man-to-man conversation with us, and your bitch ass was running up out the fucking room because Maya said so?
Man-to-man conversation with us? What you mean? In order to have a man-to-man conversation, he had to be a man. Look at this.
Maya is right. I got things to do. Are you fucking kidding me?
Chris is going to do what the woman says.
If anybody follows this dude, and I know right now, Buck Travel, I know you in this room. I know Will's in this room, and both of y'all go in the room, and I get it. It's no harm, no foul. But you looking at this man, you taking your time, your valuable time to listen to this dude, and he running up out the room when he's been able to ask for the link and come up and have an actual conversation and get out some of the assumptions he has about us, because he's never had a real conversation with either me or Fearless directly without everybody else being on the panel to distract him. Never once wanted to have a conversation. Uncle Old Krusty Rico's coming here. Other people have come in our rooms. We've given them all fair conversations. Everybody's heard them. So at this point, who's really the one that's a man and who's one that has the feminine tendencies? I mean, he's admittedly saying that he's a male feminist. More feminized than male. More femininity than masculinity.
It's a check, bro. Look, this is a man's channel. I don't bow down. I'm not. When somebody say let's meet, I'm meeting. This is a man's channel. Do I listen to women? Of course I listen to women. But we not bowing down. You're never going to hear me call myself a feminist. You're never going to see me, the only time you're ever going to see me in any type of garb like that, it's going to be some hunting gear. It's going to be some camo. I'm not going to be going through no woods with this. I'm not going to. You know what? If he seen me dressed like this, even if it was for Halloween,
he would slap the shit out you.
He wouldn't, because you don't even betray that. You don't have men in tights, we don't betray feminism in this house, man. No, you're a masculine man. You don't act like that. You don't put on no drag queen stuff. If that's what you want to do, you do it. But you're going to attract the type of women you attract. You're going to get the type. Can this be? I'm still surprised. Now here's the thing. I did not dox him and get this picture.
He sent it to you.
This mother snooky to me. He said, if you're gonna show me with a bow, send this to me. He was proud of this. He was proud of this picture. He's like, show the people this. This is on my Tinder dating profile. Bruh. This is what happens, man.
Man, this has turned into an intervention. We're trying to help you.
Yes. When when you have an abundance mindset and you're able to get a certain type of woman, what he does is he says, I want to be a family man. I want to have my own
Come on,
children.
but come on, man. You can't be sitting here trying to dox him on that and then be in the room supporting him.
But he says,
you need to pick a side.
Chris says, I want to be a man's man. I want to have my own children. I want to have my own family. But the only who is that in tights? That's Chris. That's the dude from Zed's channel. That's the dude that y'all listen to next.
Come on, Nat. You gotta know, bro. He's the male feminist. MaroonTiger. He goes by MaroonTiger on her channel, though. You know.
Yeah, he's the male feminist, brother. This is his dating profile. This is what he said he get all his women. He's the one that don't like Adam and preach because Adam said, man, I done paid 3 dates for this chick. I'm not paying a 4th. I'm not sending you to do this. This is who y'all listen to and roll with. We showing. Yeah, he's suspect. He in Atlanta. Now I told you, Magnesium, I did not dox him. I did not do it. Chris sent me, because he knew we was going to do this. He sent me the photo. He said, if you're going to show me in tights, show the real me in tights. He's proud of this. This is what he wanted us to see. I said, brother, you in Atlanta, man. I mean, maybe if you were somewhere else. You in Atlanta. He's like, he said, yeah, I'm cisgender. I said, you a sissy
He
gender.
said what? He's a what?
It was sissy gender. I said, oh, man, bro. Come on, you can't be proud of this. You can't be. But we're going to try to do an intervention. And the reason is, this is a man's channel, bro. We're going to, as men, we can argue. I've argued with everybody, but they still good. I would never, look, I've argued.
Jim Rat is accurate as hell right now.
He was in the chat. If you look at the chat, he was in the chat. We asked him to come on board. We sent the link. He won't come up. Maya came up and said, Chris, get off that channel. And he's like, you right, Maya. I'm getting off. I'm logging off. You right. So he came up he come up to defend himself. Ronan made the mistake of saying we're gonna have a man-to-man conversation. You can only have a man-to-feminist conversation because he's not a man. There's no way you can do that. It's crazy. Yeah, they dry. As soon as a male feminist talks making to a woman, dry up the desert. Boy, you ain't lying. So to go back, man, this is a man's channel. We're gonna show you how to
Hey, we'll drop the link anytime he wants. He never asked for it. I volunteered it. I don't want anybody else coming up. I want him to come up.
Mm-hmm. We're going to spit the link out for y'all in a second. Don't worry. Because what we had to do, we had to get on OB. Because go back and watch. OB liked to Google everything, and he knew where I lived at. You live in that apartment over on Frisco. Because I parked my car somewhere. So I had to show my house, which is probably stupid, shouldn't have done. Had to show my other property. Shouldn't have done it, but I'm showing receipts today. Had to even show my salary because he said I did. Maya, who says I don't watch them or I don't do them, she even comes up to the show. And I had to expose Maya for who she was. She go over there and chat that up. Then we had to get to Chris. Because Chris came on this channel saying, all this bullshit. Oh, y'all can't do this. Chris, I've already showed you that my subs are way beyond yours. I just deleted that channel. Why? Tune in on Thursday. Fearless is going, baby. That's my blood. Thursday, 6 o'clock, 7. That's what we're going to do on the 22nd of August. So I deleted all of that. But let's get back to something serious. As a man, women will what they call shit test you.
Yep.
They want to find out if you're really a man. How you going to perform? How you going to do in certain situations? And when you buck down and you become soft, they don't view you the same. They don't look at you. They look like they can run over you. You can't do that. And it's not about, you don't have to be mean. I love me to my wife. Give her a foot massage. I do all of that. But I let her know at certain points, this is where I stand. And she respects that. When you're a leader, the woman will follow. And leader does not mean dictator. That just means I make certain decisions for us. And she has to trust me to say, you're going to make the best decisions for the household. That's what we do. I got one of you, and I don't do this for viewers. What's that mean? Oh, Myron, you got no viewers. I'll tell you what, it's almost 12 here. By 3 o'clock, I got to go. I'm going to get me a mimosa. Maybe you'll be pouring it for me. I don't know, something. I can't understand.
Oh
And I
my
guess
goodness.
to the channel that I shut down. I shut the channel down. My other channel had 10,000 subs. But if y'all want to see what I can do, I'll go ahead and do it. So if y'all, because he said this is him. Let me
Don't
see
run
if
it
I-
back. Don't run it back. Let them play it back. They're gonna highlight it anyway. Don't even take your time to do it.
'Cause I just want to show what he said I didn't do. So
We've gone on because he loves to talk about. Well, I've been on the lead attorney. Okay, I've been on. Who else has he been on? He's been on Lead
What's that
Attorney.
mean?
He's been on. Also on this channel. He's been on Tommy Sotomayor. He's been on a lot of, and there's nothing to brag about. It's just like the content that you as a grown man, you should be wanting to make content that young men are going to look to and say, "Hey, I could, this is what I should want to emulate myself as. This is what an older man should look like." The older man.
you do. You do this, and this is what we should emulate. This is what we should do. Now, I'm going to show you this because I told you I shut down my channel. So here is, let me go there. Let me do this. Give me a second, guys. So this is the channel.
Now I'm gonna say something real quick.
Yeah.
Maya, I haven't brought your name up one time.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Y'all keep talking about me.
Yep.
I haven't said anything about Chris. I haven't said anything about you, OB, anybody.
Nope. Never said it, but you doing that. So
But every time you're in a room, my name comes up.
Exactly. You ain't shit. You hate black women. So let me show you this, Roland, because this is the channel. This is Fearless 360. Remember I said I'm shutting it down because of what I'm doing. I only got 22 videos up. That's it. 162 subscribers. I'm doing this to show y'all guys. Give me 1 second, fellas. Give me 1 second. That's plugged in. They plugged in. It should be plugged in. Give me 1 second. 1 second. That my network. I can't find it. Let me plug them out and plug them back in. So let me show y'all. Yep. So y'all just remember who I am and who I was. And you don't see anything because he said, "Oh, you're about the lead attorney. You this." You don't see anything with the lead attorney anywhere on my channels. I took all that down. So let's see. Let's just go to the videos that I used to have. Let's see. So y'all remember who I am. Now, if you want to look, this is 137 videos that I've never, not the things places I've been. I never even posted, or I posted and I took down. Let's see. Y'all remember this one? Y'all remember? Because he said I don't get no views. This one I got 50,000 views on. This is me in the barber. How does it start off? This is me in the barbershop over in DR. That ain't the video.
Oh, I know which one you going for. The short.
Which one? You know which one. You know which one. Let me see if I go to Santana Barbershop.
And by the way, wasn't your wife filming that at the same time?
All my thing was a travel channel. So I had all kinds of travel videos. So let's go to the other videos. You say I don't get no views. It's because I took all my stuff down, brother. Where else I go? Let's see. When I do it, let's see. This is me and this is us. Oh, I want the video though. Let me see if I can get to the video, not this. Let me go to the YouTube where I got the video at. I took them down. I had my subs. I did all that. I didn't do this for the vids. That's something, man. Nobody did this for the videos. That was already done. Let's see. Where's my YouTube videos if I can find it? I want to get to the videos. Give me 1 second. Let me stop. Go ahead, brother. Do what you're gonna do, and I'm gonna find this.
No, I'm just, at this point, it's a moot point. Every time. If we went into Zed's room, would not be welcome on the panel. Can't even halfway get commented before a mob would kick us out of a room. They've come in, said whatever the hell they wanted to say. But we're crazy. We're scared. We're not men. You know, we hate black women. Haven't said anything derogatory the whole time. We're spitting facts, but we ain't said one thing derogatory. I asked you to come up on the panel because I know you're going to run this back. You're going to go to your protective little box over on Zed's channel, and y'all will highlight this video later. Y'all go back and replay it, and y'all will do what you do over there. You clip it up. But I'm going to tell you this. Make sure you hyperlink us.
That's right.
If you do not hyperlink us, we will strike your channel.
But let me just show him this. Because, bro, what you say, what you don't realize is this was 330 videos that I had on my other channel. So let's go to just some of them. You remember these. This is when I was in the falls here. This is all my vacation stuff. So if you remember, it was Fearless Travels. I had all of this. If I go to where's another one? I have those are my shorts. I'll play that one later. Play those a little bit later. I'll go to them all. El Doodoo. This is me on vacation. All my things that we put up, everything that was interesting, all the places.
Also motorcycle, everywhere. Different persone.
All travel. I did all informative stuff. Everything, all my videos, that's all they were. But you don't see on my new one, I don't have the lead attorney. I don't have none of that. But I'm going to have to post it. Because I see that now you're trying to act like brother can't do what he did already. You said I ain't getting none. Let's see. This one, where was that at? Santa Fe. Santa Fe Resort. Let's see. I got 50,000.
Circle your calendar, and
That's
the
right.
date is fast approaching. You are ready to get to the island of the finest
This is
G.
me.
Just
Just
a
talking
place.
about Santa Fe Resort that we was in.
So that's always the best.
So we gave
It was a
all
little
the information about what we was doing.
included.
No, that's what we did. I just changed it up. So when they talk all that BS, we just changed it up. Why is Robin Hood hating on the bro? Brother, we don't know.
Because he's the male feminist.
The male, that's right. That's right. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Let me put this link in because I want to hear from you guys. Am I wrong for doing what I did? Am I wrong for doing it? And the only reason I do that is when I went on their channel, people send me links and they say, man, these dudes talking about you. They saying this, they saying that. I'm like, I don't care what they saying, but I had to get tired of them doing all this. Wait, when go, I'm sorry. I'll go back on that. Tell me what you want me to go back on, Jim, right? On my man here, on my man in tights, this is his 10. Hey, see this? I know you don't look, but it's put a Tinder. Y'all can see girls who see this dude. Bruh. Where my bruh?
Oh, I got it.
Bruh. Bruh. This
He
is
needed a little spank too. There you go.
Yeah, this is why the women today think that they can do what they want. And not even do what they want. They just run over men. That they don't respect me. That like him, he says, oh, I can't hurt the animal. I can't do things like that. This isn't for me. The weakening of today's man. No longer men. No longer know how to roll. Can't do it. You sitting at you want to see the barbershop? Give me a second. Let me go back. I know what you want to see. Let me see if I can find it.
By the way, again, the panel is open. This is an open forum. You are welcome to come up and talk about your experiences dealing with male feminists such as Chris or MaroonTiger or whatever he wants to call them. Robin Hood men in tights. What the fuck? You know, this is the shit we deal with now.
Let me see which one you may like. Is this let me see. Give me a second.
I know, it's killing me.
I have so many shorts on here that
Yeah, that's the problem.
For you. Yeah. This is why let me pause.
Call me hentes that don't know how to salsa. Call me hentes
I know you can hear it, but
Yeah, I can hear it. We just can't see it yet.
yeah, give me a second. Let me do this. I apologize.
Links tagged to the top of my chat.
Don't know how to salsa, merengue, or bachata, let me give you just a few reasons that you better learn.
Is that what you were trying to see, brothers? You want to see one of them? Or my chicas here give me a good cut? And they do a good. I'm gonna take you to the end, so you know not. And just so Chris said, I'm a married man. I want to show you something. If you see right here, you know.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Who's filming that? Wait. Whose curly hair is that?
See, when your wife know that you like to just roll, she know you ain't doing that. She know you just. That's how we roll. And I had part 3.
Part 3 is there. Make sure you check it out. You'll find some surprises, some good information.
So when you say I didn't roll,
but make sure you are fearless.
I was having $50,000, 50 subs on there. I already showed what I did. It's just I chose to go poly. I chose to take all that down.
Oh man.
When you say that, brother, where you trying to go, I have already been. Already did that.
Mm-mm.
I tried to be.
And that brother's what? Is he like 40 something right now?
He's something like.
I mean, when is he going to start his life?
Oh yeah. Chris is the type to catch a bug in his house and take it outside. Yeah, you know it.
Catch and release. It's funny.
I can't kill that roach. I can't do it. The wife is. She said she can't wait for next Thursday.
Oh shit!
That's right.
She's already talking about it. Oh my goodness.
I can't kill that spider. Oh man, come on, bro. And so here's the thing, man. Growing up the way I grew up, it's very difficult for me to relate to someone like that. So maybe there are guys out there in the world that are like that. So I'm not making fun of them.
Well, he said we were dinosaurs. They don't need men like us anymore in this world. I think that's something he was trying to say that was going to hurt our feelings or something. I don't know.
Bro. And see, here's the thing. When you've made someone else's life so comfortable that they feel they don't need you, that's scary. Because once you disappear, then they realize how hard life really is. Like when COVID hit and these women was in the store and they like, oh man, I can't do it. And the brother say, I'm gonna take that toilet paper. Oh no, you know, when all the nice things went out the window and the guy said, nah, this is about survival and I'm going to survive.
Here it is. Here's the statement he had for us.
We don't need
men like you in society anymore.
Got it. And that is the sad part, man. Men in tights, boy. So a lot of you guys go over to that channel, and I know I don't care where you guys go. I say, you know, the only problem I have is that they try to regulate what you say. They're gonna, you know, they don't let you speak. If you disagree with them, they ban you. Like you said, I'm banning anyone who disagrees with me, basically.
Oh, I'm not allowed in the room, literally. Not even on the panel. But yeah, so he had all opportunity to be in here, say what he wanted to say. No mods kicked him out. Maya comes in all the time, jumps on the panel. No mod kicks him out. Guess what? After today, we're done.
Yeah, we done. We let them come on. We have no problem with that. Women in the U.S. need to start listening to men again. You are so
That's
right.
The problem.
But here's what I'm gonna say. But that means your men got to step up. Okay, if you trying
can't
to be
whimper in front of it.
It's not going to work. You have to be people.
Let me say this real quick. I've gone from my 80-year-old mother down. If you haven't even had this conversation with your mother to even break the son-husband situation, then you're never going to understand. It started with your mother.
Yeah.
So you need to work that way down, because guess what? Men are the head of the household. I don't care. I can take input from her. She's 80. That's great. But guess who's pulling the trigger? Me. When something fails, guess who gets the blame? Me. So why would you let them pull the trigger on something? So when it fails, they'll say, well, you let me do it. The fuck is that?
And you are correct, man. But in order for a woman to even follow you, you have to be a man. You have to be a man. You need to show those characteristics. That means you got to work. That means you got to get your lazy ass out of bed and do something. Do the
You
sacrifice.
can't be a Chris trying to do those things.
You can't. You can't be. Women won't respect you. They'll cheat on you. They'll divorce you and take everything. You'll end up dating, like you said, you're dating women who. How can you be a man who says you want a family, but you date every woman that's beyond childbearing ages? And you say, oh, I live in Atlanta. I live in a world of milk and honey. I can get any woman I want. If you can get any woman you want, why choose women that are not in your best interest? I don't understand that. Why choose women who won't do anything for you? That doesn't show me you have an abundance mindset. That shows me you can't get but a certain type of woman. I'm gonna play that video.
Take into consideration of the baby boy effect, especially when we're dealing with mothers who have sons and were grooming their sons and raising their sons independently in the home before another male party was introduced. And a lot of times we don't talk about how women date their sons. And single mothers oftentimes do everything but fuck their sons. And they have that emotional stability that is built within the home. And that's the reason why I say, a single mother is a fuckboy factory. And the reason why I say that is because it's not that a fuckboy can't be birthed from a two-parent home, although it is, it's an abnormality, it's an anomaly of sorts that you would encounter a significant amount of subpar men that have been raised in destructive two-parent homes. But single women become so emotionally dependent upon their children, specifically their sons, that they will convince themselves that they don't need a man until they encounter the space from being alone to genuinely being lonely. And now we're having to deal with the imbalance that was set in the household, because this boy is not your son, he is your man. When you want to cuddle, you go lay down with them. When you want some emotional time, you go watch movies with them. You touch them and you rub them and you massage them. And you do these things, everything that you would do to a man to suffice that. A lot of women even dress their sons like the man that broke their heart.
This is tough.
Well,
but that you are 100% right.
So I think that's the dichotomy. Like, I'm not saying that your children shouldn't have weight in your relationship, but what I am saying that we have to look at it from an integral space. Like, why do they feel this way? Especially if you're dealing with a man-child who is uncomfortable with your new partner, and this man-child is not necessarily a little boy anymore. Like me, I have an adult son. I have a 21-year-old son.
But here's a sad thing, and that means you are right. They dress them like pookies. But here's a sad thing. Those women raise the boys to become the men that they would never date.
Hence your original video that you just played with the guy talking about strong men raise weaker men, and so forth.
That they wouldn't even date, that they wouldn't go out with. So when a woman says, there was a woman on one of the programs that said, I went out with a guy, he brought me flowers, he opened up the door, he did all these things, and she was questioning why he did that. Because in a woman's mind, she says, this is what I want, until they get it. And then when they get it, they're like, I didn't even know, that sounded romantic, but that's not really what I wanted. Let's answer this question. I want to try to get into this. Do you think it's easier to get a 20 or 20-year-old woman in the U.S. and mold and train her in the right way instead of getting an older woman? I won't use the words mold and train. I will say this. It is easier with anyone. If you're an older man, you get set in your ways. You've done things a certain way for a long time. With anything, if you have, when a woman gets older, she gets set in her ways. I know women say, I just did it this way. And so it's hard to get them on your program. And as a man, you need to have somebody that has the same vision as you, that can step back and say, this is where I'm going, and this is where we're rolling to. And so sometimes a woman who has been hurt, scorned, broken, they bring a lot of baggage and a lot of things to the relationship. And it's hard to trust new men. Or they say, I've always done it this way, and it works out right. That is the same reason, and I know you was in the military, so I'm not using the word brainwash, but that is the same reason that guys in the military, they come in at 17, 18. The military has to break them down all the way that they were thinking, to have them think their way, to know that we're thinking on our program. That's how a man does. If you get an older woman, it's hard to try to break her down and make her rethink what she's learned. The thing is, it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. So it's very difficult to get someone who has been scorned, broken, hurt in the past to get on your program. She has to be on your program in order for you to get to where you want to go. Like when I got married, I said, look, this is how we're going to do it. You got to be able to trust. You know, I left my wife back in my old house. I said, you got to hold this down. I got to go see something. I got to do something. I got to make this happen. I got you. But you got to trust me. She said, go ahead. And you see, by her trusting me, we made it. We became, I don't want to say successful, but we made things better off. That's very difficult to do when you get somebody older. You get somebody older, you know, and I won't say older, let me say that. Because you may be able to get with a woman, say she was married for 20 years to like that person. So, you know, she happily married, maybe her husband died and she goes to someone else. She doesn't have all of those scars, and this guy used me.
Especially if she only got married once. She only has that one guy's trauma to deal with. If there was any trauma, if it was a great relationship and he just happened to die, all the better. That's less that you have to sit there and retrain. And why I wanted to jump in is, even before she hits 21, 20, she's already gone through whatever traumas from her home to boyfriends to her first lovers. You don't even know how many bodies she might have by the time she's 20, 21. So even when you pull that age out, you don't know how much trauma she's already had to have to fix before you can get a set up of standards, expectations, understanding the gender roles in the house, who's doing what and how it's going to get done. You know, all those things have to be laid out. Like Uncle Guns would say, get on your program. You know, and the more they've been traumatized, the more they've been hurt. Women come into a relationship waiting for the other fucking shoe to drop. That's why they set up so many tests. That's why they sit there and test you over and over and over again. Say stupid things to you to see how you're going to react to the actual comment.
Yep.
You know, they do these things because they already have lost faith. And it's not our fucking problem, really, to fix. You're not a fucking therapist. And if they're broken, they need to go fix themselves. Leave them alone.
That's correct. But that's the sad part. And so a lot of guys, you still got to be a man. You still have to, because no individual will follow you if you're not a leader, if you don't show those leader qualities. You know, people follow people they trust, that they got to be able to trust. Like me, I was in a fraternity. No fucking way. If I was 30 years old, could I go through that? I'm not letting no, you know, in the fraternity, they give you SWATs and all that. Man, you think as a out of school, I'm letting somebody do that? I was young, dumb, and stupid, you know, thinking, oh, I'm on campus, I'm BMC, I'll let somebody. Hell the fuck no, I wouldn't now. I wish a man would. But you have to be in that young mindset, because then I was able to get molded and, hey, you're going to be on our program. That's the only way it can happen. So that's why a lot of guys, or it's the culture, you know, you get with a woman who was raised to be a wife, and they can respect you as a man, and they say, hey, this is the, you know, I'm going to lead, I'm going to let you lead. But you get the other people, man, that go in and they get ghetto.
Look, I don't know how many people are religious, but the Bible does have a phrase that says, he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. So she already has to have that mindset that she's a fucking wife.
Correct.
Not a girlfriend, not some fucking friend that's going to sit there and hook up with you. She has to already be functioning in that mindset that she's caring for you. If you don't see those qualities in her, yo, man, run. She ain't
Also,
the one.
These guys talked about, oh man, you want something in return from a date. I'm gonna play this one because I think this is so true. And I see a lot of guys that do this with these girls. And don't do this, man. Don't be the feminine guy that does something like this because they see you coming a long way away and they take advantage of it. And this is the advice to Chris. Just listen.
Time. You should not go out with a man who you are not sexually attracted to, a man you would not have sex with. You should go on the first date. You go on the first date to determine whether or not there's chemistry there or connection to where if there's another date, you shouldn't go out on a second date with somebody you are not sexually attracted to and would have sex. Because to men, dating equals sex. So the problem today is women are not being fair dealing. You're not just dating one man at a time. Maybe you are, but most women aren't just talking and dealing with men. They're dealing with multiple men and bouncing around and dangling the possibility of sex in front of a man, or not even, or just knowing they're not interested in having sex, period. Ultimately, you know what men want is the truth. Are you going out with me because you're really interested in me and want what I want? Or are you here for me to actually incent you to be with me?
Correct. And this is what Chris doesn't understand. He goes on these serial dates where I'm just dating, I'll take you out dating, and there's no expectation in return. And these women say, I can have the boyfriend experience where he can pay for me, protect me, do all of these things, and I don't have to give up anything. Oh, this is best. You're my best friend. I put you in a friend zone. Real men, we don't do that, man. And I got a 3-date limit. Now that means if I go out with you on the first date, that's just a test. Are we dating? Second date means it's interesting, and you find me physically attractive, and I find you physically attractive. By the third date, we could have sex. That doesn't mean it's a requirement. That doesn't mean I say you got to drop your draw. That means if the circumstances was right, we know that we are comfortable enough with each other to do that. And the reason I say that is because there are women who would say, well, let's keep going out. He's like, okay, so when do we reach a point where we would have sex? I don't know. They will serial date you. You going on 5 dates, 10 dates, 20 dates. You ain't getting, they give you a little bit of kiss, you giving this, and you got the expectation. Because what they're doing is just leading you on. They have no, they're never going to be with you. They don't see you like that, but they're going to use you for all your resources. And so that's why I tell them, man, don't get used for your resources like that. If she doesn't find you sexually attractive by that time, she's not going to find you sexually attractive. And all she's doing is using you for everything she can get. So don't do it. So if I go on a date, it doesn't mean that we're going to have sex. That just means we're physically attracted to each other. And if the moment was right, there wouldn't be anything stopping us. We're both adults and we could do that. So don't fall into this trap where women do it. I've seen them, man. I have female friends. I remember this. I can't give his name, but I knew the girl. I knew both of them, and they went on a date, and I knew what she was going to do. She told him, "You getting it tonight? You getting it? This is your night." 3/4 of the way through, she gets that phone call. The kids, what? No, damn. I go. I said, man.
Oh hell no, he didn't fall for that okie doke.
Yep. Because she kept putting the fear out there. She kept saying like this is going to happen, and it doesn't. And so what you guys do is, I think, and I'm going to bring up Kevin Samuels. He said it to about another woman. He said to a woman, "Okay, when are you going to plan to have sex with a guy? I don't know. When you plan to have sex with a guy, I don't know." And he kept asking her that, and she kept saying she doesn't know. And he said to a man, that's important because he changed it. And this is when the woman finally realized how important it was. He said, I tell you what, to every man you date in the world, this is what we're going to do. You, as the female, you have to choose the place, you have to make the plans, and you have to pay for the date. In exchange, that man will not try to kiss you, try to love. He won't do anything to you. He will not try to
That
have
you
sex.
don't want.
Yeah, yeah. He won't do it. He won't have sex with you. He won't do anything. But remember, you're paying for the date, and he won't start paying for the date until you have sex. How many times are you going to go out with? She's like, that seems unfair. I said unfair.
Really?
That's what a man does every single time. He's taking you out, not knowing. He take you out this time. He's paying, and if he's going with multiple women, he's paying for multiple women. A date on Wednesday, a date on Saturday, a brunch on Sunday. He's paying all this with no expectation, and y'all fine with it because y'all just receiving. There is, y'all have no skin in the game. Y'all just show up. So if I'm dating, I get to that point where I'm like, I'm just not spending money to take you out. The hell you think this is? You have to have a point where you say, look, where are we at? Where are we going with? And if there's no attraction there, let's not do it. And the dude, I didn't care when I did not comment on the guy that spent $600 on a date on mine. I didn't comment. I didn't care. To me, he was of no factor. The factor was this, bruh, what kind of man are you, man? Why do you feel that you needed to impress a woman by spending that type of money? And we just showed where Shannon Sharp got money, Ojo Cinco got money. There's people who got money who don't do that. So it's never about the money. I have an abundance mindset. And because I have an abundance mindset, I don't need to impress you that. I don't need to show you that. Me showing up is press. Oh, I got one. Let me play this because I think this guy actually says it great. If I can find it.
Again, the panel is open. If you guys want to come up and chat for a minute, you can. It's Sunday.
It's Sunday.
We done got through what we needed to go through. Y'all got different experiences like that you dealing with, you dealt with. We'd love to hear the stories.
Mm-hmm. See if I can find. I thought I downloaded it. Maybe it's in downloads. And I just want that in the future you guys don't get used up. Don't get used up. Take care of yourself. Do what you need to do. Don't get used up by these people. If you listen, I never learned to make money from a person that was poor. I would never learn how to be a man from a person who's not a man. A woman can teach me, hey, this is what I think a man is. She can't teach me how to be a man. She can't, she don't know how to wiggle her ding-a-ling when she pee. She has no sense of what we go through. She can't imagine what it's like. Let me stop this.
I'm just wondering at what
Can't
point
imagine what it's like to be a teenage dude in high school when your hormones are going on and you're sitting in your chair and you got to stand up and your pecs hard. She had no idea, we'll just not make it hard. The hell? No idea nothing about that. She can't discuss to a boy how to be a man. It takes a certain man who has experienced that to be able to show up and say, this is how you handle these situations. This is another thing. This guy is I guess a dating coach, but he dates and talks to women, not men. He shows women. So let's hear what he says. This woman is talking about who pays on dates. And let's see what he says about
dating. I'm just wondering at what point do you have to pay, did the woman have to pay when they go out? The guy is asking that there should be half and half at that point when you already.
At what point?
When you already been dating for 4 or 5 months.
Right.
Yeah.
Look, okay, to give you a quick answer on, firstly, I think we should just deal with the who should pay thing to begin with. When you're on a date, who should pay?
Of course.
I know. I mean, that's what I told them. I'm sorry.
But,
I would say, I'm dating. We're dating.
So here's the thing. She got confirmation from all the women. Like, oh, yeah, he should pay. Because that you just pay endlessly. They've been going out for 4 or 5 months, and she wants him to pay. So here's how he spends it.
Gentleman here.
Okay. He's supposed to pay.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to have sex with him whenever he says.
No. Whenever Walt.
Where does this double standard come from? I'm sorry, it's the reality. You guys can moan at it all you want, but the moment you say to a guy, you have to fucking pay for my time, you're saying this relationship isn't equal. This relationship isn't equal. My time is worth more than yours, so you should pay for it. I wonder what paradigm that sets up.
That sets up a transactional part where you think, okay, he's got to do it. And a guy, if you pay for something, you want something in return, no matter what you pay for. You always want something in return. And when you make a guy feel like he's being used, that you can't even offer, that you can't do, and it's not even paying for it, you just want to take dinner. Maybe you want to fold his clothes. Maybe you want to do something outside of that to show that what your worth is. That's what we call a return on investment. And I want to know, people, do y'all believe in return on investment or return on relationship? And I'll explain it to you. Return on relationship is I'm doing something for my wife, whatever, wife, girlfriend, whomever, and I expect something in return. That doesn't mean I'm taking her out and I expect sex. But if I open the door for someone, I expect them to say, thank you. I opened the door. That was my investment. And what I expected was, hey, thank you. It doesn't, something simple like that. Those are the return. If I tell you what, Chris, this is you. Because you like to go on $200, $300 dates with chicks you don't grow with. So you go on a $300 date. You planned it. You got everything planned out. You took it to the steakhouse, the top of the roof, all of that, the maitre d'. Great. Y'all even got the salad forks going. Salad fork, all of it. Wow. And this is what you did all night. You're talking to, hey, how you doing? I'm all right.
Taking pictures of the meals.
Good.
Not one picture of you in it.
Yeah, not in there. Yeah, this is great. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure, whatever. Mm-hmm. She does that all night. You just spent $300. That's not a return on your investment. Because even though you spent the $300 or whatever you spent, what you're expecting is somehow that woman to show some appreciation, to give you conversation, to talk, to feel like, hey, this was it. That's a return on investment. Because I'm going to tell you what, if she did that to you, it would be highly unlikely that you would take her out again. Why? Because you did not get a return on your investment. And if you are the fucking stupid idiot that I think you are, and you would take that girl out continually, and she would do the same exact thing, you deserve exactly what you get. Because I'm not. I'm like, look, if I pay for this, I'm paying because not only do I want to eat, but I want to have good company. I want to have someone I can have a great conversation. That's what I'm doing this for. So it's not only for you, this is also for my benefit. What say you, my brother? And I'm not going to.
I just want to call out the audacity in the room or of any other woman that's sitting here listening to this on playback. Women want to play with the game of traditional values. Okay. Men stay with the conditional values. We're providers, we're protectors. We do the things we need to do since the beginning of time of what we were supposed to do as men. Women's obligations have far changed. Now, when those traditional values were initially established, a woman was supposed to be chaste. She was supposed to be covered by her mother and her father in her home and made sure that she was not even sleeping around. She was still had somewhat of her virginity, and for that marriage, he was going to get to have her pure without being touched. It was supposed to be a marriage. It's supposed to lead to children. The benefit she was going to get was the living and the provisioning that this man was supposed to be giving her. They're still playing in that role that they're offering those things to us. And there's no fucking way they're doing it. We're still held to a standard. Their standard is far outside the box. But yet and still, they still want the same treatment. Even though they're now feminists, they want to be as us. They think they can replace us. But they still want those same original dating standards that we were giving them. We were literally giving them in order to have them earlier. And I'm glad we got this brother coming up right now, Uncle Gun.
Uncle Gun, brother, welcome to the show. Now, the first question is, I just want to know, is this your idea of masculinity?
Well, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, good. Well, I don't, you guys know I'm here often, but I don't make the rounds enough to know who these people are. I mean, I'm kind of familiar with Maya and Dad and all that, but I don't know who this gentleman is. You know what I mean? You know what I'm going to say. Whatever life you're living, however you present yourself, that's the results you're going to get. You can't fake the funk. You can't fake it till you make it. You can't give everybody else a life what they want and sideline your own self. You can't sideline your own priorities. If you do that, you're going to fail. I mean, there's certain men know these things. Men know certain rules, codes, principles, standards, morals, values, all these things, commandments, constitutions, all these things in place. And I can't speak on the people that that are coming after you, have something to say about you. You know what I'm going to say between you guys. I don't know anything about it, but I will speak on what it is to be a man and talk about program.
I just want you to speak louder so they can hear you. And I agree with what you're saying. And here's the thing. Let me make this perfectly clear. We didn't say, I don't even remember a time. We never said anything bad about Chris, Zed, and all of it. It was when they started going onto the show talking about us. I don't care. Look, if you guys want to take advice from him, or you think his advice is great, hey, that's you. Maybe that works for you. I'm only saying that the men that I know, that advice wouldn't work. That the way that would not help them out. But maybe I'm an old dinosaur. Maybe in today's world, women want that type of man. I don't know. I've been out the dating game for about 10 years, maybe 8, something like that. So maybe I'm old. Maybe I don't know what the women want. I just know that when I act the way I act and I'm strong, I still get women trying to get in my inbox. I still get them trying to come at me. And I'm married. I still get them to say, hey, I'll be the side chick if you want. Just because of the masculinity and the presence I present. They roll with it. They look at it. And they say, I mean, think about this. When you're masculine, a woman knows you're strong. That's that same woman who married a dude who in jail who got 20 years. She ain't married him before he went to jail. She married him while he in jail. Because she sees that man is stronger than what she can get on the street. Because he can talk to her in a way that you can't even talk to. That's crazy. That's ridiculous. But today's men, I don't know what happened to us. But if that's what floats your boat, I'm fine with that. But we never said anything bad about it. The problem was they just kept coming at us. They claim it. Even Black Man Travels, who's in Colombia today. I said, man, your time will come. Zed went on to his show. And she just said, you're not married to a Black woman. You're not this. You're not that. He's like, Zed, I don't even know you. I've never said anything bad about you. My wife is Black. But that was her. You're not this. We never had a conversation. We had, I think, one conversation with Chris when I was on Zed's show, and he didn't like it. He didn't like how we came at it. And then all of a sudden it was, you guys are banned. You can never, if I see y'all in the background, I'm banning you. He was in our background. We don't ban him. I would love to have a conversation with Chris and say, you know what, Chris, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I got it all wrong. Let's let the audience decide. Or you do your views, I do my views. And if that's how you feel, that's fine. But I'm not here to block, dox, none of that. I don't care about that. I'll let you view. Even the people who called me something, called my wife a 304, street slut, all of that, I still let her on the stage. Maya, that she said that about, she come see me, I said, had that same energy. Now she want to shoot me. I don't know. But I said, come on to the stage. Even when Jay Moss was saying that single moms can't get a kid, I had to correct him. I had to put him in his place. Not because I don't think they can. And it was just what he said. I had to, hey, if you're going to say a point, back it up. You can't just say something. See, that's what we do here. A lot of people would just say something out of the blue and they think it's gospel. I said, nah, all right. You might be right. Give me the points. Give me the evidence behind. How does that make that true? That's all we do. And when we said to Chris, but we hadn't even been on the show, Ronan. He
Yep.
just said, y'all don't even come up. You guys are, we can't talk to you. How can you if you live in an echo chamber where everybody you talk to, they call it speaking to the choir. If you talk to everybody who agrees with you, you don't. I used to have a boss, and I was what they would call the objective man. And so if you are in business or corporate world, what happens is when you have the CEO or the big man and he talks, a lot of people don't want to disagree with him. And because they don't want to disagree with him, he never gets to learn other points or a way of doing it. So I was that man. I would sit at the opposite end of the table. When he would say something, I would say, yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't agree that we should be doing it this way. And the reason I was that man is because all the other people would never speak up. And until you have somebody who comes in and says, hey, there's an opposing point of view, there's somebody else. When you say that, that's when everybody does it, because now they feel confident. And if you even see it in the chat where Chris was cool until somebody came up saying, can't do it. Then there's like a fold. So you want to have opposing views, because with those opposing views, you get more ideas out. You get better conversation, better dialogue, different perspectives. So that's what we try to do. We want to hear your perspective, but you just can't say it flat out. You might be challenged on, and don't get mad if you get challenged on. Just like when OB said, hey man, you can do it with a basket, we even agree. Man, that sounds like some crazy shit. So what I did was I wanted to know. I went to a source. Google don't mean anything. I mean, it's cool, but if there's a saying that says it's a theory. You're smart enough to think you know what's right, but not smart enough to know when you're wrong. He's just not smart enough to know when, hey man, I might be wrong. So I sit back and say, let me ask the person who is a doctor. Her daughter's in medical school. Let me ask, what are the requirements? I even went on and Googled. I said, yeah, man, that's not correct information. You're leaving stuff out. That's a half truth. You're not being honest with people. That lets me know if we talk to somebody, it doesn't mean that it's bad, but now we can give them correct information, because some people, this is all the information that they get and they hold it as gospel. Obi says, oh, you can go to somewhere and you only got to pay $30 for Airbnb. That might not be true. I mean, there's a vast difference. I used to live in a neighborhood. I wasn't in the good part of the neighborhood. It was old historical neighborhood and like big houses. I think this house was about 4,500 square feet. Big house. It wasn't worth a lot because it was in the hood. If you drove, and I would tell people this, from my house, if you drove 30 seconds, into a different neighborhood. You went from a $60,000 house to $600,000 to $6 million houses in 30 seconds. Yes, it was crazy how it was. I mean, it was down one road, and you're like, damn, everything changed, and people just knew where they were at. And I say that to say this: you try to Google something and say, "Oh, I live on this street." That street can show vastly different prices in the hood. You might be looking at the 60,000 and they living in the 600,000 or the 6 million. So if you don't know what you're talking about, it's very difficult to say, oh, I just Googled this. Go to some experts. Even if you look, don't believe me, because I may not be right all the time. Check me, find out, bring it to my attention. Because the one thing that a real person wants to know is, I want to know when I'm wrong. If I am wrong, let me know. I'll correct it, I'll research it, and I'll try to find the right answer. Some things I don't know and I just don't comment on. Go ahead, Ron.
I was going to let Uncle Guns go ahead and interject.
Oh, yes, see that. Here's the thing, though. I wish I had a picture of this house. I wish that, man. But here's the thing: it was 60,000, but it used to be. How can I not give too much information? I'd say because I don't think they can find it. It used to be an old funeral home, right? I mean, funeral homes, they used to have a house and they turned
Yeah, it used to be a house. Yeah, a big house.
It used to be a house. 1, 2, 3 levels up, a basement, and it had a carriage house. So this is before cars. It had in the back, the top would come down because they had the horses there. It would come down, and that's where you would take the casket by horse to the funeral, to the graveyard. Big house. The problem was it just wasn't gentrified. And German building, I mean, when I was trying to replace like the roof and things like that and get it to the way that it was, the price that they gave me, I was like, you got to be crazy. I'm not spending. There's no way I'm spending that. Because to get it, how they built it and the shingles and stuff they used on the roof were just crazy. Yeah. But you moved over to another part, they kept up that house, man. But here's what happened. Try to tell the brothers. It was a nice park area that was maybe.
Okay, Fearless.
You've reached your limit on talking. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, man.
All right, go ahead, Uncle Guns.
Man, I got another. What can I possibly say behind that, man? It was all really good points. I mean, some guys up in the chat were talking about program and and leadership and everything, and it's something that comes up all the time. And Fearless pretty much said what I always say. Nobody will follow your program, especially a woman. You guys know that I don't like making stuff about women. I always point it back to the man. And nobody will follow your program, whether it be employees, whether it be a woman. Nobody will follow you unless they have to see first that you know where you're going, that you're holding the compass, you're holding the map, you know where you're going, you know what you're doing, you know the path, you know when to take the break in the road, things like that. Nobody's going to follow you unless they see that you're living what you want them to do. You can't give somebody directions. You can't tell somebody what to do if they don't see that you're doing that. If everybody wants to talk about women, so I'll make it about women. I don't like it, but I'll make it about women because it's easily relatable. You can't say, I want I want a woman to cook and clean, and she comes over to your spot and it's trash. You got junk food, you got trash everywhere. Your couches are all messed up, your bed's not made. Your dishes in the sink. She's not going to come in there and do everything. It's not going to happen.
That's motivation for her, right?
Yeah, it's not going to happen. Yeah, you might be able to get a woman, but unless you are a quality man, you are not going to be able to pull a quality woman. And that's what most guys want. They want quality women that have all these attributes. And I hate to tell you this, but these women do not come ready-made. They do not come ready-made. Can you find a woman and vet them that come from, a good family? She's already had some stuff built in. But again, you have to be living that life to even recognize and observe and be aware of those qualities.
Yes.
You have to be living that life yourself. You have to be living that disciplined life. And if you're wasting your time, if you're wasting your energy on stuff that does not matter, you're gonna fail. Ronan's a successful man. Fearless is a successful man. I'm a successful man. And to be successful, you have to have successful habits. The three of us here and other gentlemen on, Black Man Travels, a lot of the guys that come up on these panels, Style King, and, shout out to everybody that comes up on the panels, we'll tell you what works and what doesn't. I'll tell you straight up because, everybody knows I deal with dozens of men every week. I'm on the panels. I wrench for several dozen channels.
Yeah,
I've been in this space a long time. I will tell you what works and what doesn't. Does that mean my answers are concrete and it's etched in stone? No. But I can say with a solid likelihood, 85+% of what I say is a fact. It doesn't apply to everybody. You know, there are exceptions to the rule, but they're rare. The exceptions to the rule are rare.
Right.
You know, a lot of my biggest talking points in this space are two things. Is, you know, men versus male are not the same. That's the hill I'm going to die on, and what it takes to be a man and stay a man. And one thing I'm about to leak. Probably everybody's gonna clip this. I'm about to leak the secret to the men's space, all the men's spaces, the manosphere, the black pill, the red pill, all the pills, the MGTOW, the NoFap, all this nonsense, part of the bigger picture. And coming from a guy that coaches men for over 20 years and talking to coaches that coach that, you know, I collect my own data. I have thousands of examples of guys that we share notes with. I'm about to bust it all wide open. I'm going to get a lot of haters and a lot of pushback. Do I have solid evidence of what I'm about to say? No, I do not have solid evidence of what I'm about to say. You can believe me, or you can't, or you don't. It doesn't matter to me, because I live this life every day, and other men that experience this will tell you the same thing. 79% of males will stay male. They will just stay male, and the biggest problem is that they get mistaken for men. This is why you always see me in the chat. Hey, when you guys are saying men, and what you really mean is males. Okay, that's 79%. They'll repeat childish behavior, repeat teenage, you know, and child boy behavior, and they'll pretty much stay that way for the majority of their life. Then there's 12%. There's 12% of males that become men, and then they revert back to being male, and they kind of fluctuate in some sort of state of being back and forth.
Wow.
Okay, a very small percentage. I'm talking 8-9% of males will become men, and they will stay men and never go back. They will actually awaken. They'll get on the path. They'll get on their own program. They'll institute their own level of being, and they'll stay that way. And these men are rare. These men are extremely rare, and everybody wants to pretend like they are this 8-9%, and they're not. They're just not. You know, they're just not. The big thing that I get asked a lot, oh, what do you mean by men? You want to know about what it is to be a man, what it is to be masculine, what it is to have a program, what it is to be on your purpose, whatever the hell that means, whatever it is to have purpose, find your purpose. Purpose is the word that's thrown out a lot. All these things have the same thing. All these things have the same root answer. What it is to be a man is that nothing can be taken away from you. If somebody takes away your house, your car, doesn't matter. You could easily replace it. A man is not desperate for anything. He's not in need of anything. He can easily replace any single thing in his life. Any single thing in his life. There's no want. There's no negatives. There's no missing components. Nothing can be taken away from a man, and that includes everything. You know, do things my own way, do things the way I want it. A big thing that I get a pushback, again, I'll bring it back to women, is I get exactly what I want from exactly the woman that I want every single time that I want it. And a lot of guys, a lot of the males, they can't fathom it. This is where you get the pushback. They look at somebody saying stuff, and yeah, you know, like you guys are getting a lot of flack from outside. You know, again, I don't know who these people are, but you get a lot of flack. Well, yeah, because this space is strange, and a lot of people boast. And like Fearless said earlier in the cast, is that you're going to get pushed back. You're going to get people saying, yeah, no, that's not true, or you're not living this life, because there's too many charlatans out here. There's too many people that talk about it, but they're not being about it. And even when you show them receipts of, yeah, I'm being about it, you're still going to get pushback because whatever reason, because they want it, or because they don't think it's possible, or they don't think it's possible for them. They don't think it's possible for anybody else. Wherever the hate comes from, it really doesn't matter. A man's going to keep moving regardless of the outside, the outside influence, outside flack, the outside voices. Anything outside of a man doesn't matter. Only the man matters to himself.
Uncle Guns, I'm not to interrupt you. I'm just going to show you when we talk about hate. Now, as you know, what we did was we extended an olive branch and said, hey, come on up. We did that to Chris. My wife just sent me something. This is their page right here. Right now, they got us. Angry sexists are perpetually angry. Just now they put it up. So
wow. You can't even get off alive before they start going public with your ass. That's crazy, man.
See, when you try to have a conversation with someone and you say, let's talk. You want to do that? Let's talk. They won't do it. They run from it. They say they don't want to. So it becomes, and so I only did today to just show to rest. After today, now I'm gonna say after, because I got a week. Just to let you know, I got a whole week of Zed coming up. This week is Zed. Why everybody hates Zed? Let's do a preview of that. Can I do a preview of everybody?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get to this channel. We keep on Uncle Guns, but before you do that, I want to go up to Dr. Marcus. I'm gonna tell you what happened. So here's the sad thing, brother. I was telling dudes in that neighborhood. I said, man, look, all you doing is renting. You renting, and it's not gonna do anything, because I had seen the plans already, and there was a hospital, children's hospital. I said, they coming, man. They coming. Because what happened was all the white people and all the doctors moved out to the suburbs. And like I said, these were some gigantic houses. 4,500 square feet is humongous. I said, and what happened was they said, we want to move back. All we got to do is get this house for $60,000, put about $300,000 into it. We're going to be close to the city. We're close to our hospital. The house, once we do every place on this block, is going to go up to so that's $360,000 basically they paid. It's going to be worth over $1 million. And I kept telling them. And you know who really made it? There were some Latinos, and they came, and it was like 10 of them in the house, but they bought the house. So when that hospital, Children's Hospital, came in and said, hey, we want, because Children's Hospital was not buying one house at a time. They were buying blocks.
Yeah.
Because one thing they were trying to get rid of is they had a Ronald McDonald house that was close by, and it was a shooting. And they're like, hold up, man, we got these people coming into the Ronald McDonald house to have their kids. They can't even go outside. They're like, oh, we're going to change that. I said, brothers, buy the house. Buy it. They wouldn't listen. They thought, this is when you think you own the block, but then they show you who really owns the block. And they booted them. They said, all right, you think you own this block? I'm going to show you real quick who owns the block, and got rid of them. That's what happened. And those houses went up. Now, I'm going to play this one real quick, because this is Everybody Hates Zed. For whatever reason, Zed thinks that everybody who comes, when anybody came, can you hear it at all?
No.
No? Let's see if I play it.
No.
No. Let me see. I might have to download. Go ahead. I'll do this. But that's what happened. We lost out on a whole bunch of opportunities because for some reason we thought we owned the block. We didn't own the block. And they let us know really who owns the block and who does this. And I knew at that point, I was young. I didn't really have a lot of money. I knew at that point, so I said, I don't want to be the people who get kicked out. I want to be the people who do the kicking out. I want to be a part of it. Because, it let me know that your limited knowledge of something that you didn't know can cost you a whole lot of money. And we didn't know a lot of stuff. And because of that, we lost a whole lot of money, a whole lot of weight.
Yeah. I mean, I could show him some artwork.
Let me see if I can find this video file. So this week is going to be, and here's the thing, this isn't even me. I didn't do anything for Zed. This is what everybody else has said to Zed. So since Zed thinks
roles have community.
let me save that one. I don't want to play that. You can go ahead and show your.
I just killed it. Hold on, let me see if I can pull up some of my Leonardo stuff. It's a running joke right now. A lot of people say that Zed is like Beetlejuice. You say her name 3 times and she appears.
Shout out to brother Tony.
Go ahead, brother.
What's going on, man?
I'm not gonna be able to find it. Go ahead.
Is that Mr. G? I just thought I heard Mr. G.
No, yeah, that was.
Oh, that was a video. Oh, okay.
A video. Mr. G's on that video.
Oh, okay.
Let me see. Maybe I can downloads.
Yeah.
Downloads. I'm not struggle streaming tonight. You know, the woman wants me to go out.
You know, everybody calls Zed Beetlejuice. You say her name 3 times, she pops up. So I'm playing around with that.
She's gonna kill you for that, man. She's gonna kill you for that. I'm playing around with one, but let me see if I can do this. This is gonna be my next community post, or maybe I should wait to do the community post. I'll wait. Where's my short? I'm not gonna be able to get
my other pictures here.
Bear with us, guys. Bear with us. This has to be a short.
I mean, you said you want your money back.
Yeah.
Is
all
that
right.
it?
Downloads. I'm gonna play this one. So here's the thing, Zed. Fearless did not say anything. All I did when I said, do people hate Zed? I just took from what other people were saying about you.
Want your money back. Zed is a complete crash out.
The whole panel, the chat is joking on me, and
we've been joking on you for a minute because your ass talking about your credit card don't work, and that's a goddamn lie. I'm here lying, talking about you got all this chicken, you date nothing but white men and all that, but your credit card don't work. So we'll get you another white man, all right? Yeah. You know what I mean? Step your game up, baby girl.
So I got a whole week for Zed, and Zed, I didn't say it. This is what other people said about you. So, you know, check out the channel. I'll put a link in there. Uncle Guns, maybe you can help me out with that. I'm not gonna stay too much longer, brother. They don't wore me out this morning, and it's almost about to be brunch time.
I mean, we tried. You know, he had an opportunity to come up, address the issues. You know, his point of view, but he doesn't really have a point of view. Being a male feminist, how can you even stand on that? Let alone in those tights. Oh my goodness. That is ridiculous. But yeah, so he had an ample opportunity. He talked all this mess, even in the video you were showing how much he wants to flip the finger up at us. But when you're actually challenged by yet another man to actually sit down and talk about the issues, you can scream and yell from your chat, but you can't actually have a conversation.
So guys, after this week and after the 22nd, which I will be going poly, I will not be bringing them up. So anything that they say, do, or whatever, I won't even comment on. They're going to be good to me. What? I got other things I got to take care of and things I got to do. And so it's just not going to be important to me. And when they say you don't get views, I don't care, man. I do this for Uncle Sam, not for not for a lady feminist. It's nothing to do with that. So it doesn't bother me at all. If so, maybe I might go back and start posting some of my other things.
I don't know if my check ever got offended by them. I don't know if I would live with myself. You know, thank God I don't work for anybody. I work for myself and have been for almost 15 years now? 20? Damn.
You are the man. So please tune in on the 22nd on that video. We got it. Uncle Guns, I hope that you're there. I think it's going to be like a 6.
Yeah, brother. I know it's a rare occasion to get Uncle Guns on a panel. Believe me, we are blessed every time he comes up. More so than most of the other guys he wrenches for because he doesn't normally get up on a panel.
Well, it's my favorite topic, and you know, I've been trying to get on. I've been trying to get on Fearless channel for a while. You know, I truly appreciate being here on with you, gentlemen. It's a tremendous pleasure. You know, this is my favorite subject. This is my favorite subject. I want to see males become men and stay men. I never ever put anything on women ever. It all comes back to males versus men.
Exactly.
Always.
And Uncle Guns, I was a little carried away today because as Ronan would tell you, they was trying to come at us yesterday in the chat. They was trying to do this. So I got a little carried away. When you come up next time, my mouth will be shut. Even my wife said, let him talk. I had to get some things off my chest.
I downloaded that soundbite specifically for you.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Because you know, I had there's a whole bunch of things I just had to get off because of the lies and this, and you don't do that. And I let it go for so long, and it was just people may start believing, you know. And with Chris, I didn't try to defend it. I was like, well, you know, maybe they'll see the truth, but I found that some people don't learn the truth. And I just wanted you guys to see what happens when you say, come up, man, let's have a discussion. They won't. We try to go to their channel, they'll block us. We don't. Chris, you are invited anytime. Come up and talk. We can shut it down where we shut the chat down, where there won't be any chat. You don't have to worry about nothing, and we can have conversation. And what I mean by a conversation is you talk, I talk, or whomever speaks, and we just present our facts. No arguing. We do like men. Speak. And, you know, if your viewpoint, we will always let your viewpoint be heard. But you got to come and defend. You can't just say something. That's just not what we do. You just can't say it. You have to back it up with some type of fact. This is not the feeling show. We don't do the feelings. So that's it. Guys, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. It's been a weekend. I got a brisket going, so hopefully I don't mess this thing up.
Oh, it takes a while, bro. How many hours you been on right now?
This thing gonna be going for 16 pounds. We're gonna be doing 16 hours.
So are you're still smoking or you're in the rap phase?
No, I'm on the smoke. I'm gonna be wrapping here. I got some butcher paper. I'm gonna wrap it. I'm waiting for that temperature to hit about 160.
See, this is man talk. Knowing how to barbecue, cook some meat on an open motherfucking fire.
That's right.
God damn.
I don't know how to do it. But you know, now this one, brother, I'm sorry. I didn't kill it. Kill this. I didn't. Yeah. Never shut the chat. I know, sir. But here's the thing. I don't want to shut the chat, but sometimes when someone is in fear of what other people in the chat will say, they'll run away. I won't shut it down only for that person if he comes on and he's like, I'm uncomfortable, I'm in my femininity, and he doesn't want to have it. That's the only time I will shut it down. Because, hey, we welcome viewpoints, man. I have no problem. I have no issue. When you believe in what you say and you have a successful record, you can stand by it. I don't think I should even show his other one. I think it's the one he was afraid I was going to show. He didn't want me to do that. No, he said, please show the other one. Here, let me present it. So you guys see, and he can see that he would rather me have showed the other one. This was the first one. He said, don't show that one. Show the other one. Same to me. I don't know the difference.
I don't get the difference either.
No, I don't get it. To him, it was different. So I showed it.
But you know, some of those guys are sensitive about things. They're worried about their appearance.
Guys, we appreciate you watching. This is Sunday. We tried to have a pastor offerings church. This was Bedside Baptist. Thank you for tuning in.
It's like church. We started at 10:30 as 1:30. Goddamn 3 hours. We ready to go. We got barbecue going on. The football games going on. They trying to tell the pastor shut the fuck up. We gotta get up out of here.
We appreciate it, fellas. Thank you. Like I said, Thursday we got something, and tune in this week. We got some other fun, joking stuff going on.
Yeah. Don't say Zed's name. Beetle Zed. Beetle Zed. Beetle Zed.
Oh man. Let's see. I can read this. Ronan, I love when you were on Passport Bros contest. I quote 6'2" and walk around like a tank.
I do, man. I'm sorry. It's just a problem of mine. Man, I used to throw chips for Frito-Lay. And I used to be in a rush. And I would be rushing to the store doing stuff, and I had to run outside real quick. The sliding glass doors are trying to close, and I was trying to squeeze to them motherfuckers, these wide-ass shoulders. I literally knocked the fucking door off the hinge, and they were like, God damn. What the fuck are you doing? So yeah, I'm a big clumsy dude, man. But I'm okay with that.
Nothing wrong with that, bro. Nothing wrong, man. Ronan, I appreciate you spending this Sunday with me, man. And,
always, bro.
You know, we're gonna do
many more to come, man. We still gotta coin the phrase for our lunchtime blue plate special deal. So I'm still trying to work out a little video intro for that kind of thing. So
right.
But yeah, this is a good 3-hour session for Sunday. I appreciate you guys joining in for our Sunday pre-roast of the underlings of the Zed channel. We will finish up with Zed and we will be done. No longer will be discussed or even thought of.
So they can dox me, they can do whatever. I'm not responding.
As long as you hyperlink us. Don't just put our names in there. It needs to be hyperlinked back to us. By the way, in my description, you guys are hyperlinked.
In mine too,
So,
I do. I'll make sure. But everybody's not us. As we said before, I don't know.
He's motherfucking peanut butter and jealous. He's fucking haters.
I gotta get that one. I need that one. You need to send that one to me.
I got you, bro.
Peanut butter.
Happy Sunday until next
Salute.
time.
Hey, get some football in, drink some beers, be men.
Yes, be men.
Deuces.